Okay. Still got the truck leaderboard up. I didn't switch over. Whoops. Figaro. It is so windy outside. I can hear it. And I live in a pretty thick house, and you don't usually hear shit from outside, but that wind is kicking ass here today. One moment, I'm getting my stream going on my phone so I can see what's up. One of these days, phone. One of these days. Want to make sure it's got sound. There we go. Always good to test your sound so you don't wind up on here talking to yourself where nobody can hear you for an hour or something. That's never really happened to me, but it's never happened because I always obsessively check my sound. Jimmy G in a Subway commercial. Was he going to be working at Subway now? Career change. Jimmy G's going to work at Subway. As soon as they come back for commercial, I am going to run to the bathroom because I got a piss, in case you needed to know. I need to make sure that my stream from the other day is not blocked like it was. Thank you, WWE. $22 if Bane wins. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll be right back.
Big time rain here, thunderstorms in the Atlanta area yesterday, but it's perfect today. One race down, one to go at Atlanta Motor Speedway on this Saturday afternoon. Fox weather says 66 degrees and sunny skies, and that sun setting could play a role in this race as we go through out the 250 miles. Noah Gragson wins last week. One thing we've learned about Noah over the years, he knows how to celebrate, loves to climb that fence. He's got his first win of the year. Can he go back-to-back? He's starting on the pole. Let's go from the driver's seat with the kid from Las Vegas, Nevada. Joey?
Check in with them. Wild Man Gregson, Joey Logano up here in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, 10-4, Joey.
Hey, you were pretty entertaining last week. You were pretty entertaining in cup practice, slicing through the field. You were exciting as well in the Xfinity practice. What do you think about this track so far, and how are you going to run this thing?
Yeah, the track seems like a super speedway, maybe just shorter straightaways, but it's been pretty fun so far. Our 50th anniversary Fast Pro Shop, Black Rifle Coffee, True Timber Camaros. It's been fast so far today. Got some laps in the cup car as well, which were pretty valuable. So I think we just need to find our time here. See
if Noah does make it to cup, can you just imagine how much him and Logano were going to fucking piss each other off? Ew, you break a toe this morning? Well, don't bother going to the doctor emergency room for a broken toe. You know, they literally can't do shit for it. It just has to heal on its own.
Absolutely. Well, those miles are going to be valuable for you. Stay up there. That's the safest place to be.
That's right. Thanks, guys.
Did you call him Wild Man? Is that what you
He's
call
a wild
him?
man. He's crazy. He's always making big moves all over the place.
He might be wild, but he looks good right now, Joey. This guy's the hottest driver in the series by far.
He is. I saw him slicing and dicing in our cup practice earlier. He was all over the place.
Qualifying rained out. NASCAR uses a metric to set the starting lineup. Noah Gragson.
And because it's such a nice windy day outside, I am opening my window. Get that air circulating in here. So the room smells a little less like me.
He's never raced here at Atlanta, but he did get to test here in January. He and two other drivers. He told me it was really beneficial for the team, helping set his car up. And in the practice session earlier today, he said it was very stable. The car was good. This 19-year-old has won 3 of the 4 mile-and-a-half tracks he's raced at. keep an eye on him. He's going to be a threat to the end. Regan Smith.
Well, Jamie, 1 year ago, the highlight reel included Josh Berry in an absolutely spectacular way. Take a look at what happened on the front stretch. Josh Berry goes low to avoid a wreck. Pops perhaps one of the best wheelies we have ever seen in the Xfinity Series right there. Not something he wanted to do, though. That ultimately ended his day. Fast forward to this year, 2 wins later, riding a streak of 3 straight top 5s right now to start the season. Josh Berry in a very good position with this race team. Earlier today, though, a loose race car. They had to work very hard to get that car tightened up for him, get it to where he wants it. The team now feels very good that they can have a highlight reel in Atlanta that doesn't involve a wheelie, but instead involves a donut.
Do I think Gregson goes full-time for Collier, takes over the 3? Only way he takes over the 3 is if Austin Dillon asks to be removed from it. If Collier became a multi-car team, maybe. I don't see Noah ever being at Hendrick. Noah's not the kind of guy that Hendrick would usually employ. But you never know. You never know. That would be another option that would sort of make sense. Man, Allgaier's car looks so cool. Matte black with the shiny, with the other colors in the car being shiny. I love the finish on that.
Don't seem to go his way right at the end of the race. Not of his own doing either. So very fast car, like we said earlier in the show. He had a very good practice. His car looked like he was able to maneuver around the racetrack. And I think that's what you see, Brad, in practice at a track like this. It's hard to see a fast car, but it's easy to see a car that can move up and down the racetrack, make the big runs, push cars really easily, and be able to take the pushes as well.
Absolutely. You have practices at tracks like this, and we always get caught up on who's the fastest on the board. We want to see the guy who can drive for the field and handles well. One other thing to note is Justin's not had the best year of qualifying. I bet he's pretty happy to rank yesterday. This is the best he started all year, starting in the 6th position.
Yeah, he came back for that top 10 last week after a late penalty on pit road, so that team has really been getting it done. Now we're onboard campers. We start with Georgia's own Austin Hill, driving the 21, a winner earlier this season at Daytona. J.J. Yaley, 1 week removed from his hometown race, has the visor cam, driving the 60s.
17 years in Xfinity, and J.J. Yaley's never won a race.
And we'll go on board as well with Riley Herbst. His crew chief, Richard Boswell, has won at this track and hoping to get it done. And
Riley Herbst on pit road under pace laps.
What's up there, Regan?
Well, Adam, apparently an issue with the right front tire from what the team is telling me right now. So tough break before the race even starts for Riley Herbst. Late pit stop here as they're getting ready to come to green.
Remember a few years ago when they made you start the race on the tires you qualified on?
See a little bit late, more on that later, Regan.
Wasn't that some stupid shit?
The way guys were mixing it up in the draft and the ability to move
That was such a 2015 NASCAR decision back when they were just making all the wrong decisions.
Too much. Plenty of time to get there. 250
Not that they make
miles
good
today.
decisions now, they just make less wrong ones.
Stage 1, stage 2, 40 laps apiece.
You want proof that NASCAR doesn't make good decisions? See the racetrack they're racing on today.
In particular, their tires with the limited practice time of the new surface. 5 sets of tires for the race, the 1 on the car, and 4 sets.
If Jeff Gordon didn't want to employ Kyle Busch, he probably wouldn't want Noah Gregson. It's going to take a lot of maturing from him to even have a shot at a Hendrick car. Maybe Reddick leaves RCR and then Gregson winds up at RCR. I don't know. Collie goes to a multi-car team. I don't know. JTG Doherty Racing maybe in the future.
Brand new asphalt. It's not like a cheese grater like
Who
it
knows?
used to be here when it was really
I don't
big
have a
old
crystal
asphalt.
ball.
It is brand new, smooth as can be, and these Goodyear tires are lasting a long time.
The fans are out for what will be a wonderful afternoon of racing. Front row, Noah Gregson, Josh Berry. Gregson takes the inside lane. Row 2, all about Joe Gibbs Racing. Jones and Ty Gibbs. The pace car are going to head to pit road. Sit back and enjoy the NASCAR Xfinity Series live from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Trevor Bayne going to win it today, you know it. Noah, Josh Berry, Brandon Jones, Ty Gibbs. We'll see how these cars race on this.
See a great push there from the 19, pushing Noah out front. He's trying to clear.
Good push, Brandon Jones to Noah. Noah could clear up in front of his teammate right now if he wants it.
That's what it's going to take for this.
And he does.
All day long. Pushes on start.
And the outside line is already training up, less than half a lap in.
Set the pace.
Gregson jumps to the high lane. Behind him now, teammate Josh Berry.
Come up to full speed off of 4. Noah leads lap 1. Josh Berry second. Ty Gibbs third.
Behind you, drafting with you. This is one of those racetracks you're not going to be able to really do it on your own. It's going to be nice to have a little bit of help.
Top lane's already showing some strength. We saw that in the truck race here just an hour or two before here, Joey, where that top lane really builds momentum on the corner exits and carries that speed. Bottom lane.
Noah playing both lines. He goes back to the bottom. Now that bottom line's formed up pretty good. It looked like the outside line was already going to make this single foul, but there's some good cars on the bottom now.
I think so many people anticipated you'd want to be.
Noah still leading, 2 laps complete. Jones and Trevor Bain trying to get to him from the inside line.
Eventually, if you got to start lifting because you're behind cars so much, that bottom lane could start to prevail again, as we see right now.
Great start for the series here. This was a track we were worried about the start. We were worried we'd see a lot of attrition. We still might. We're very early on.
Ooh, speaking of attrition, Allmendinger loose gets put 3 wide with Brandon Brown and Allgaier.
It had been really calm up until I opened my mouth here, guys.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Oh boy. Oh, hold your line, Creed. Creed was tempted to go 4 wide there.
Bolted to the racetrack and got a ton of grip.
Would not have been wise.
And slide up the racetrack a little bit. That's where this track is kind of in between those two.
The 11 up the middle, Daniel Hemrick nearly won this race last July, leading on a late restart when he crashed.
And we're going to go to a full screen replay.
Here at AJ Allmendinger gets into turn 3, and then this is a tough spot in the track. You see,
And it really wasn't anybody on the outside of him that got him loose. There was a lot of room between him and Gibbs on his outside. His car just broke loose. These cars don't have the downforce that the trucks and cup cars have.
And that seems to be one of the toughest spots on the track for the drivers is the entry to turn
4-car breakaway at the front.
transition, the front stretch.
After all that, Allmendinger's 5th place.
And you're able to work your way into it. Where turn 3 is just one big abrupt turn, and the cars kind of get upset right there. So that's one of the trouble spots to look out for in today's race.
Noah's got 3 Gibbs cars behind him.
Strung out on the bottom of the racetrack, where you know what, the cars are different than trucks, and the drivers
Josh Berry's lost a lot of ground since the start of the race.
Just change over time, not because the cars are changing, because the drivers are evolving.
AJ's got his courage back up. He's making some big runs here.
Now AJ goes to the outside of Bain.
He's not scared. AJ
For third.
To 4th in the outside lane.
Brings Daniel Hemrick with him. A lot of shuffling from 3rd on back already in this race.
That's that teamwork that we talked about. It's nice to have teamwork with you, and honestly, nobody does it better than Colleague.
They do.
They work the best on super speedways, even every type of track, but AJ knowing and
You're right, Hemrick did pick up AJ. That's how AJ's still up here.
going to follow him on any move he makes allows those 2 cars to progress to the front.
No doubt, Joe. I think we've seen that for the last few years in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, that Matt Colleague, his teams, I don't know, maybe he gives them a good speech before the race, but they work together very well. They get results from it, running up front and kind of controlling races. They're not all the way to the lead right now, but they're in a good spot.
Ooh.
Allmendinger on the move early, Jamie.
Yeah, and AJ
Sheldon Creed trying to shuffle out Allgaier. Doesn't shuffle him out, but he gets a spot from him. Hemrick jumps to the bottom for some reason. Oh, that's not Hemrick, it was Barry. I saw a green car go to the bottom in the corners. They cut away. It was Barry, who was about 10th place.
And it's working so far, as you can see. Remember, he has the same exact setup as his 2 teammates.
And he's one of the 3 drivers this year, AJ, that's been top 10 in every race. We're 8 laps in Atlanta for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Noah
Gregson, Brandon Jones, Allmendinger, Hemrick, Gibbs, Bain, Creed, Allgaier, Berry, Brandon Brown's 10th. They're all single file now, which I called that about a week ago. I said that's what would happen in these races, especially in Xfinity. I got to be honest. I don't like the new Atlanta. It's not really that exciting to watch, but it's exactly what they wanted, so success for them. That's the only positive thing. I'm like, well, it's exactly what they wanted, which is not very good. So if all you care about is cars running close together and not actual racing skill or anything like that, then sure. I guess it's good. but it's really not good. We all know it's not good. This is not racing. No matter what you say, it's not racing. It is so fucking windy outside. You can probably hear it on my microphone. Get me to a real racetrack next week. Circuit of the Americas. Carson Hocevar said, I hope Alex Bowman wins Sunday for obvious reasons. Yawn. So I guess he doesn't like the New Atlanta. Yeah, New Atlanta sucks. But we all knew it was going to suck. I've just accepted it now because, you know. I'm an Atlanta Motor Speedway truther is what I am. So Haley Deegan says she declined her interview in the truck race because she couldn't breathe. She was still coughing and couldn't speak after being stuck in her truck with all that smoke. Said she was having trouble getting out because she was suffocating and couldn't see the window net to get out.
1960. They repaved this place last time 1997. It had been 25 years, but after the race here last July,
how many fucking emails am I getting today?
And not only did we get new asphalt, we got a new configuration. Went from 24 to 28 degrees in the corners, wider on the front straightaways, more narrow in those corners.
Don't forget, Vince Welch said that Chandler Smith won the truck race.
Already, we've seen it in practice in the truck race today.
We're 15 laps in and they're single file, just like we wanted.
Here it's our Work Pro Tools onboard camera.
Absolutely, Adam. And I love this visor cam here because you get a feel for how much different Atlanta is now. Not only does the pavement look really pretty and brand new, but the track has got some big bumps in it. You're going to see a big bump here off of turn 2 here in just a second. Got the sun in your eyes driving down to turn 1. And I think the big thing is you're wide open. Old Atlanta, no.
New Atlanta gets thumbs down for me, but it's here to stay.
Wide open all the way around.
Easy wide open. We used to be able to almost do that in qualifying. Now you're going to do it the
I was really not impressed with the truck race. I was impressed with Cup practice because I was just shocked at how it was actually doing what they wanted it to do. But the truck race sucked. And this race looks like it's well on its way to sucking. Look at them, wide open, single file, full throttle. So exciting. I have nothing to talk about. And we're probably not going to have much to talk about during this race.
And you go over one of those bumps, woo, that really can tense you up because you know you're right on the edge. Just slips the car just a little bit.
Nice battle here from 5th on back. What's the word on Justin Allgaier, Regan?
Well, Adam, you see Justin making a move right now. He had planned to make this move, wanted to try something before the end of the stage, but a little bit earlier on, he's got the competitive juices flowing already in that race car, frustrated with Sheldon Creed. Take a listen.
Allgaier's pissed at Sheldon Creed. We got some shuffling at the front here. The Collie cars shuffled out Brandon Jones. Move Allmendinger into second. Hemrick going for third, but he's not going to stay tucked up to the 16. And the 16 just pulled back into the outside line. Now he goes back to the bottom. They have Noah blocking the bottom, even though I think there's a big run coming from the top line. And there is. Hemrick still on the bottom.
This nature because it gets drivers going like this and juice is flowing. And we see this race just got crazy as we're coming to the lap 20.
AJ playing both lines in second, going from bottom to top, trying to stay with his teammate, but trying to stay in second place. Hemrick trying to side draft the 19, going into 1.
And anticipate the caution flag will come soon.
They're going to throw a caution for no reason. We're going to have a competition caution on a track with no tire wear to check tire wear. AJ trying to get the lead before this comp yellow is not going to happen.
And you don't know when the caution's going to come out here. It can come out at any point on lap 20.
Yeah, this isn't like the end of a stage when you're racing back to that green and white checkered flag.
I hate to admit it, but I'm bored.
He's completed lap 20 now. And we'll see when the caution comes out. Likely earlier than normal in this situation because the field will cycle across the start-finish line much earlier than they might.
And there's the competition caution that we don't need because tires will not wear on this new track surface and because they're going so slow.
That gives everyone a little bit of comfort, though, too. Making some moves, seeing what it can do. A lot of times when you see everyone that's single file, they're scared, don't know what to do. And this really gets everyone racing. Here we see the 68 Brandon Brown.
Whoa, he's had a little moment here.
Brandon Brown almost spun out. We've had a lot of almosts today.
Barry in practice, but I think he got more than he bargained for there.
That may not look like a lot to you at home, but when you're inside that car,
Oh, it feels like a lot.
your pants are brown.
Yeah.
He needs to go to Anthony Alfredo, whose sponsor is
Dude White.
Dude White.
Good vibes,
There you
yeah. There you go.
There's Luke Lambert. Talked about the success that he and Noah Gragson have had this year. 4 consecutive top 3 finishes to begin the year.
All different types of racetracks. That shows the strength of that 19 right now.
Who's impressed you the most? Noah Gragson certainly leading all the laps. After that, to me, I'd go the route of A.J. Allmendinger. I like how he slid back and then made the rally.
I like the fact that even though his car wasn't driving great, he did not give up. And, you know, he drove forward, if anything. And he's shown some really good moves. Got a lot of speed in that car. As we were talking about that earlier with our pit road reporters, they went for speed, what Jamie Little was telling us, over handling. And he's showing just that. He's got the speed, maybe not so much to handling. We'll see what they do on this pit stop.
Well, Brad, you know how it is, though. If you have a car that's got speed, you better not lose track position. So you got.
Hopefully Alex Bowman wins here tomorrow and kills off this abortion of a racetrack.
AJ's car will drive worse and worse as he falls further back in the field. So you got to do everything you can to stay aggressive and be up front when you have a car that's built around speed, not handling.
Pit road is not opened yet, so we'll see what strategies do play out here under the competition caution. Tomorrow on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series is here in Atlanta for a battle on the new track. See what driver will rise up and take on the checkered flag. The engines fire for the Folds of Honor. Quick Trip 500 tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern on Fox. Our coverage begins here on FS1, 1:30.
We finally have a good cup car that can put on a good race, and we're going to start doing this to the 1.5 miles.
Before a tie gives.
Hey, where was my sponsor during the truck race?
So, you know, for the fans at home, the NASCAR Xfinity Series cars, what that is that's what the pop-off valve for the radiator. And basically, when the car gets too hot, it shoots water out. Now, they put it on the right side of the car, so you can still kind of see it, but you don't get burned as the driver. But a little bit usually is okay. When you start to see that a lot, and that was almost borderline a lot.
I was already kind of sleepy and could use a nap coming into this race, and now I really want to take a nap, but I'm here streaming, so I guess I'm stuck here
A lot
now.
of them will probably stay out here. If they do pit, maybe they can make it.
Stay
all the way
out.
to the
Why would you
finish.
ever
Maybe
pit here?
They will pit for that reason. If you're Ty Gibbs and you're overheating, it might give you all the more reason to pit here.
Or if you're up front, do you stay out? Say 10th on back, you pit, and then try to flip it at the end of the stage.
Yeah, I can definitely see this flipping
gain
right
some
here.
track position.
There we go.
Well, AJ and Hemrick are going to pit.
On back. How about from 3rd on back? At least 3rd and 4th come down.
I would bet Castle pits with them.
AJ Allmendinger, his teammate.
Castle was even further back than they were, which they were in the top 5.
Making pit stops here at the competition caution, Jamie.
So A.J. Allmendinger said, I'm a touch free. And
They don't go to Chicago anymore.
And they thought about making an adjustment for it, but they also said, if we adjust for
California's going to get turned into a short track.
So it sounds like maybe just a 4-tire stop here. No drink necessary.
Dover lost a race and is probably going to lose its only remaining race when they start going to the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Told me this is a great opportunity here at the competition caution.
Bowman, the track killer. I need Bowman to be the track killer this weekend to get rid of this fucking shit.
4 tires. Landon Castle also came down pit road. Saw Riley Herbst come in. Remember, he's the guy that had the issue.
More cars pitted than I thought.
Maybe he can flip the stage and get a little track.
But I don't care because I'm bored and I'm barely paying attention because I want to go to sleep. I'm genuinely just kind of sleepy. Man, I'm going to miss that old Atlanta. Choo-choo. Randy Rhoads died 40 years ago today. I just saw that on Twitter. I didn't realize today was the anniversary.
Why has the 54?
Oh, great. More stupid, unfunny Fox shit to come back for commercial to. Mute. Good for Corey winning the truck race, but if I'm Chandler Smith, why the fuck didn't the Ford truck push me? I'm his teammate too.
You look at their wins since the beginning of last year. Maybe the most impressive thing a season ago, the fact that Trey Gibbs won 5 times. Kyle Busch also won 5 times in this car. That's great company.
It's a great team. Chris Gale, crew chief, every time they put this car on the racetrack, it is, if not the car to beat, right there with the car to beat. So we got fast race cars, good drivers, good things tend to happen.
We got fast race cars and good drivers that can't show how good they are because they're just going full throttle the whole way, all the way around the racetrack. After watching Fontana in Vegas this year, I have infinitely less patience for shit like this. I had no choice but to put up with this the last 2 years, 3 years, however long it's been. But now I have no patience for full throttle, wide open bullshit on a mile and a half. I don't have the patience for it.
It's trial and error. One thing you know is probably the safest thing. Go with your teammate.
Junior Motorsports cars down low. Joe Gibbs racing up high. Grayson Jones on the front row.
I can't wait to make 25 accounts to vote no on Jeff Cluck's Was It a Good Race poll on Monday.
Distance seemed like it might have been the difference to get the 9 out front. Still getting a push from the 1, Sam Mayer.
Mayer pushing Noah.
The guys that finished 1-2 last week in Phoenix, running 1-2 today. Gregson
Jones and Gibbs in the Highline. Should get a big run here. They had a big gap back from Noah. Nowhere really to go with it. Jones stays in line behind him.
Take the run and try to take the lead here. Who do I try to push my lane forward? He chose to push the 9.
All 4 Junior Motorsports cars in the top 10. All 3 Gibbs cars in the top 10. Boy, have they been good all season long. Lots of speed.
Look, they're going to get single file again now.
Starting to fade back now. Only 3 cars down there. We see this all the time in this series. Daytona, Talladega, where the high lane is just so dominant. We're seeing it again here today at Atlanta.
Hooray.
Not for long, though, Greg.
Isn't this so much more exciting than when they had low downforce and high horsepower at Atlanta and you could run like 4 different lines all the way around the racetrack and guys were coming and going throughout the day and off throttle time in the corner and getting loose, but no, let's all run full throttle, single file, wide open because we're closer together. That means it's good racing.
On the racetrack, maybe now 5th as he races down to the inside of Barry.
I had a feeling the Xfinity race would be the worst race of the week.
Under caution, Jamie, what's the story there?
I bet you I'll be right.
And they pulled some tape. This right here, the problem was they pulled too
Wow,
much.
Jamie Little, that is a piece of tape.
Some more tape on the nose. Gentlemen, you can explain what exactly it does when they put a little bit of tape on the nose of that car.
Well, the tape, especially in these cars, not as much in the Cup cars anymore. You can't put tape on those cars anymore. But these Xfinity cars and the trucks, that tape, it does 2 things, and 2 of them are great. 1, it puts downforce on the car, makes it handle better. 2, takes drag off the car.
Oh, look, they're single file.
On the straightaway. The penalty is the car runs hotter, and there's a limit to that, obviously. So you want to try to hit that number the best you can because that is just raw speed in your race car.
Hemrick back in the 29th position right now. Bottom lane's not giving up. Strong run down here. It looks like Josh Berry to the bottom of Ty Gibbs fighting for the 3rd place.
You know, Josh goes down there, he knows that he's got Sam Mayer's teammate in the 1 right behind him. You have another fast car in the 18 of Trevor Bayne. All can make this bottom lane possibly work here. All it's going to take is 1 more, it might change the whole look of it.
Nice
One more
push into turn 3.
3 cars on the bottom are faster than they probably should be because Josh Berry's all the way up to 2nd with only 2 cars behind him. Noah acted like he might pull down in front of that bottom line until his spotter told him there was only about 3 cars in it. Center of the corner, he pulls down to the bottom. Got 3 Junior Motorsports cars there together. Now, if Allgaier could get to the bottom, they'd be in business.
Started on the front row, drifted back right around 10-12.
Was that a bot? I'm assuming it was a bot. Although they're very persistent because they have like a million different accounts and show up in my streams every week.
7 to go, stage 1.
And Noah's going to try to block both lanes, but he's going to try to
I call him my sponsor.
Oh, we lost the outside here.
Noah gave up the outside. Brandon Jones going to take the lead now.
Jones with drafting help from his teammate.
Can he clear him?
Now you got Gibbs versus Junior Motorsports.
Ooh, this is getting really good.
He's going to pull a big side here. The 19
Placebo racing.
He's going to get a big run through the corner here. Try to clear him, not going to be enough. And you see the bottom's pretty tight here, Brad.
Just trading side grass here every lap. Noah's got a really fast car, but I think you don't want to give up the top here.
Stay with your teammates, Noah. Big breakup between the 19 and the 54 on the top. He'll come back to him, but for now, that gives the advantage back to Noah.
That'll do it. Nice job. One of the things I'm noticing is it looks like Ty Gibbs is having a little bit of trouble keeping up with the 19 car. That outside lane just isn't quite as formed as we've seen in the past here.
5 to go on the stage. A couple of drivers to pay off in the top 10. Jeff Burton is there. Brandon Brown. Brett Moffitt hanging around the top 10 as well.
You know, I'd say some of the best handling cars are at the bottom of the racetrack right now. Those cars that are able to just stick it on that line with other cars in front of them, dirty air, and still hold that bottom and stay tight. Those are good handling cars. The 8, the 1 to 18, all great handling cars right now.
My real sponsor should be Sugar Free Powerade.
And that's what you need for the bottom to work. One of those
Noah going from bottom to top, 4 to go.
The whole bottom will just go away.
Your evaluation of the way Noah has managed the inside and the outside lane, blocking those runs coming from behind him.
He's working hard. He's working real hard. His spotter's doing a great job. That one right there was really close into turn 1 between the 9 and the 18 there. Wow.
What about the 27? He's in the middle of this mix, Regan.
He is out and running just in the backside of the top 10, but keep an eye out for him. He's having to get out of line. We talked about guys putting tape on the grill. That car
Jeb Burton's in the top 10.
He's trying to get air on the nose right now.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, that you're running so tight in the draft, you're getting no natural air, which will cause these cars to overheat maybe more so than what you normally would at a track like Atlanta.
And we're coming to 2 to go at the end of the stage, and business is picking up.
Noah goes up to the top now in front of Jones and Gibbs. Same thing every lap, back and forth. Inside line's got even more cars. They were making great time with only about 4 cars. Now there's 6 cars on the bottom. And they've really surged ahead because now Josh Berry's clear for second. They're 3 wide in about 5th place. 2 to go. And now Ty Gibbs has hung out. He's going all the way to the back. Well, he settles in mid-pack.
Justin Allgaier was paying attention.
Trevor Bain in the middle of that lead pack. Brandon Brown in the top 10. No problem.
Junior Motorsports 1, 2, 3, 4. Allgaier through the middle, 3 wide with a push from Austin Hill. He gets into 4th. The junior cars are 1, 2, 3, 4.
He made a move. Wow, he's right.
Wow.
Junior Motorsports 1, 2, 3, 4.
Somewhere Dale Jr. is smiling. And Kelly Earnhardt is saying, just keep it all together.
Don't screw it up now.
Junior Motorsports 1, 2, 3, 4. Trevor Bain 5th. Josh Berry going for the stage win. He swept to the outside. Now he goes to the bottom. They're going to be side by side. Josh Berry wins stage 1 with a last lap pass.
He just laid in the weeds and then got him.
Cool. That was actually fun to watch at the end.
First stage until the last one. Josh Berry, great move.
Stage winner Josh Berry.
Second career stage win for
Noah's so smart getting that choke job out of the way early so he doesn't lose the race that way.
Last week, stage 1, Trevor Bain got him in Phoenix. Berry, Gregson, Allgaier, Mayer, and Trevor Bain, your top 5 in Atlanta.
That was actually fun to watch at the end. Still not real racing, but turn your brain off and enjoy the show. I tried to do that in the truck race today, but the truck race was so shitty it kind of put me in a bad mood. And it lasted way too long because of all the cautions. Gregson said he didn't know that was the last lap of the stage. Spotter said he told him it was, but Noah said he just wasn't paying attention. He wasn't listening. He was too worried about like holding the spot, but then he got beat to the line. So Noah actually did not know that that was the last lap of the stage. Did you guys know Tony Storm quit WWE and just made $10,000 in 1 hour on OnlyFans? You go, girl. Legend in her time. My hero. $10,000 in 1 hour. I think Brandon Brown's got a sponsor, but I didn't see what it was.
Complete for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It was a Junior Motorsports freight train at the front. Berry, Gregson, Allgaier, and Mayer. Listen to number 9 radio here.
I didn't know we were coming to the checkers. Yeah, it said 2 at the line and then 1 at the line. 1 more. Yeah, no, I'm not listening, you know. It's a
This is what every spotter wants to hear. I wasn't listening to you.
Well, we found a guy who likes the result. We found a guy who doesn't like the result.
He's saying to his friends, Hey, why didn't you guys wear your Josh Berry shirt? It worked for me. Berry and others on pit road, Regan.
We'll have some cars stay out here that pitted under the last caution, so the whole top 5 or top 10 should look completely different now.
The race car has the windshield covered in oil, so somebody put some oil down to the racetrack. 2 tires for him, a little bit tight with that race car. Josh Berry, the call was 4 tires for them. Really likes that race car. No complaints with it right now. Jamie?
And Noah Gragson, no complaints either, other than the fact he didn't listen, so he gave up a little bit, maybe that stage when there. 4 tires here for the 9.
Noah and his team, they know they're not going to be at the lead anyway, so they're taking 4 tires now. We saw mostly 2 tires on these stops. Noah took 4. Jones took 4.
Great report there from Jamie. Number 1 pit stop.
A lot of cars stayed out. We'll see where everybody's at.
And you see the race off pit road. Josh Berry, the victor in stage number 1. Let's hear it from the 8.
Josh Berry, Brad Keselowski up here in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear there, Brad.
Well, I gotta tell you, that was a heck of a move to win that stage. Did you have that one prepared?
I don't know about that. I tell these guys before he started, I'm just a late model racer, so help me out on like this, but I had a lot of help there from Sam from behind, and all our cars lined up pretty good there, and we got to race it out. It was really fun.
Well, 10-4, nice work. The Junior Motorsports cars look really fast. We also saw you running the bottom lane a lot. How's your car driving?
Yeah, I feel like my car's balances a little better on the bottom than the top. That's kind of why I wanted to get down there, and I needed a little air. I was running a little hot, so we're going to stay after it here. Good start to the day for sure. Just want to thank Harris's Workwear for coming on board here today. We're going to try to take one to victory lane.
10-4, you're off to a great start. Congratulations, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, man.
What's the Tim McGraw song? Humble and kind. I'm just a late model driver.
Why does Fox obsessively zoom in on children in the stands? Doing anything but watching the race usually. Sends a good message, Fox. I said that in the truck race. I said, man, Fox loves being like, look at all these people at the race not watching the race. Ain't that great? And they're like, you people at home must not want to watch the race either, so let's show you pit road and full screen replays. Like what this guy said, man, after watching the truck race and now this, SMI really did kill a good 1.5 miles to appeal to the short attention span crowd, huh? When I heard they were going to redo Atlanta, I was saying just put it back to like pre-97 Atlanta. Oh boy, IndyCar's racing tomorrow. So your options tomorrow are stupid 1.5 miles wide open full throttle racing or horrible open wheel racing on the worst 1.5 miles track in the country. Everybody enjoy tomorrow.
For you to join us, Fox Sports.
Sadly, Cup will probably be more entertaining.
$1 million for the American
This
Red
Texas
Cross.
Motor Speedway is just so bad.
Providing aid and resources, including food, water, medical supplies, and housing support to people in Ukraine and those who have been forced to leave their homes. You can join Fox in supporting the Red Cross relief efforts. Donate by visiting redcross.org/FoxForward or by scanning the QR code at the bottom of your screen. With Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, I'm Adam Alexander. Let's go back and look at Noah Gregson's pit stop here. They got 4 tires at the end of stage 1. Oh, that hurt.
So jack handle to the face action there.
Ooh.
These guys are tough. A lot of these guys come from college athletics, and they take a beating throughout the season. That would look like it hurt.
What'd you see on that pit stop, Jamie?
And that was a rough pit stop for this 9 bunch. I just checked with the team. This is a brand new pit crew working together for the first time. They are a development team with Hendrick, and what they do at Hendrick Motorsports, they'll do 4 weeks with one pit crew and then rotate. They use a lot of the Cup guys as well, so that's what happened, working together for the first time. Regan?
Well, Jamie, Josh Berry, you heard him touch on the fact that he had to move to the bottom. That was because his car was getting hot as well. But when he moved to the bottom at the end of that run, actually worked out very well for him. Found out his car was better down there, and one of the very few cars I've heard say he would prefer to be down there. Keep an eye on that as this race plays out late in the going.
The other thing we have to look at here, Regan, is strategy.
Who's going to drive the Hendrick car at the 24 Hours of Le Mans?
On this stop,
Have they said?
They will restart outside the top 15. Justin Allgaier got 2 tires. He restarts inside the top
We got
10.
Castle, we got Allmendinger, Austin Hill, Jay Buford, Justin Allgaier, and Daniel Hemrick up front.
Those guys just behind them got 2 tires in their stop.
Sage Karam's in the top 10 on the 44.
They've got some ground to make up. Front row, Allmendinger, Landon, Castle. Here we go for stage 2.
When something stops working, always smack it. That'll make it work again. Castle didn't get the best restart.
Characters up the front here, so it's going to change the way some of this is going up towards the front.
21's pushing the 10. 21's still pushing the 10, still pushing the 10.
AJ's car is so fast right here. He had very little help from behind. Wasn't getting that push as we talk about all the time, and he's still able
Call like 1-2.
to get up there.
And there's Hemrick sitting there in 4th. Big push on the outside from Buford. Leads the lap for AJ. Now AJ goes to the bottom to pick up his teammate.
Probably going to try to pull that car up, but he also has the 11 of Daniel Hemrick right behind the 48. We talked about how those college cars work together so well. And it goes into their decision making for sure when they're picking which lines to pull ahead.
48 is Jade Buford. Give a call to that race team. 2nd year full time.
And the whole field's 2x2.
Buford, a great road racer. No doubt looking forward to next weekend's race when we get to run Circuit of the Americas COTA in Austin, Texas. And so is the guy out front, A.J. Allmendinger. So good at road racing. Got his first oval win in NASCAR right here at Atlanta Motor Speedway a couple of years ago. And he's got the field in tow this afternoon.
That's the way right there. That works good. One back to the 10. 10 in.
3 wide, mid-pack, Creed, Barry, and Noah.
You get back to the front, middle of 3, trying to drive through it.
Creed's been around a lot of action today. Noah going really wide, 4 wide in the corner. Noah's in the wall. He ain't got nobody to blame but himself on that one. Hopefully the car's okay for his sake. Oh, boy, I don't know. Big tire rub on the right rear for Noah. He's going to have to pit.
Really got in the wall. You saw a lot of
He got in the wall pretty good. He's staying out. He bypasses pit road.
Restarted outside the top 20 after the 4 tires stopped. Was running 15th when this.
They're going to cut to a full screen replay and miss him when he eats shit if he blows the right rear.
What he doesn't know is 4 wide and the track's dirty up there.
Can't run that very top against the wall. Like Joey said, it's dirty up there. Every truck or car today I've seen get that high to the outside of someone else has busted their ass. Now I think Noah's coming to the pits. Allmendinger the leader, Hemrick second.
I think he thought he was going to the top of 3, and it just all happened all at once. It becomes the pit road right now.
Yeah, Noah made it to pit road. Unfortunately, he made it to pit road.
Scheduled pit stop for last week's winner. 4 consecutive races inside the top 3. It's been an incredible start to the year for the 9, but he's got to make a pit stop not even halfway into the second stage.
You know, the penalty of pit under green is a lot different than it is at Daytona. The track being a lot shorter, we talked about, it's only 1.5 miles. He's going to go down a lap and some.
Maybe 2.
Right here.
They have to take a while to fix that right side. Noah's going to go 2 down.
Good news for him. He'll be the only guy a lap down. So, if nobody else...
One thing I don't like at Noah's car right now, look at the right rear of the spoiler. Now Riley Herbst is on pit road blowing water with the hood up. Boy, all the fan favorites just getting fucked today, I say sarcastically.
The hood is up on that Ford.
Well, this is pretty interesting.
The right rear spoiler area on Noah's car was bent pretty good.
This is a brand new racetrack. Some of the asphalt may be kind of coming up and getting into the radiator. We've seen some of that in our practice. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we're seeing right now.
Riley Herbst was overheating. Joey's theory was it was tiny pieces of the new asphalt coming up and going into the radiator. Joey said that happened in cup practice.
And Sage Karam is a noted IndyCar driver. Won the Indy Life Championship.
Tommy Joe Martin's 4th. Sage Karam 5th.
Last May, he wants to make the move full-time to NASCAR. I'd say runs like today will help his cause. The first of what will be likely 10 starts for Tommy Joe Martins in Alpha Prime Racing this season.
Absolutely.
Trevor Bayne to the inside for 5th. Nobody goes with him, though.
No help.
And now Bane's going to lose some ground.
See Trevor Bayne down there to 18. By himself. Trying to get any draft he can. Trying to stay close to that outside lane. If he can't find a hole here, he's going to be in trouble. What you get?
Bayne tucks back up in line, 7th place.
Tommy Joe Martin's in front of him here. They both pitted at lap 23, so they're benefiting from that strategy. Smart call, and this was the risk versus reward. Risk of pitting at lap 23, get in the back, there's an accident, there's nowhere to go. The reward, we're seeing it right now. Get towards the front when everybody else pits. Change it.
The best of those drivers that made a pit stop at the end of stage 1, Brandon Brown, 68 is up to 6. We'll keep an eye on him as we roll on from Atlanta where Allmendinger is
Allmendinger and Hemrick lead the train. Ooh, side by side. Sheldon Creed just went really wide in 2. Hopefully he kept it off the wall. Unlike most other people who have made that move today. You can see it up there. It's all sandy looking right up against the wall. You could really see it in turn 4. One thing I know, I'm tired of hearing people say that Hailie Deegan should get the 98 next year until she proves something in trucks. No, she shouldn't. It's like the big popular thing, put Hailie Deegan in the 98. It's like, how about no? I love the irony of all the boomers talking about how bad Bubba is and he needs to be fired and run off and blah, blah, blah. But, oh, give Hailie Deegan the 4 car as soon as Harvick retires. It's like, no. Boomers just see pretty girl. They want to see her. They want her to do well just because she's pretty. I wish her well, but goddamn, hell no, she should not be in Xfinity until she proves herself in trucks. And she's not proving shit in trucks. She's just kind of getting by, going with the motions. Oh, give her the 98. I can't, I mean, did we really know if she's better than Herbst? Because she ain't proved it.
The track is brand new. The racing is electric.
She probably has the potential to be better.
The moves that are happening on the racetrack.
But he's pretty bad. Hell, if your standard is I'm better than Herbst, then if that's the standard you want to measure yourself by.
Go to the bottom here. They're trying to leapfrog. We call it leapfrog, and it's trying to gain one spot and getting back up. But here you see
Hey,
the
Ozzy.
7 of Justin Allgaier. He didn't get back up. He's in trouble. He's going to lose a bunch of spots and try to get in, hopefully behind the 10 if he's lucky.
Nope.
The 10 of Landon Castle also has been doing this a lot during the commercial break.
Yeah, the 2 of Sheldon Creed, the 10 of Landon Castle have been putting on a show here, using this leapfrog move where basically, if the fans at home, they pass one car, they get back in line as fast as they can, sometimes 2 cars, and it's really exciting to watch.
This is really reminiscent of me to a race at Daytona, where you get in that line on the outside and you dip down low, just hoping you have some help to push you forward, right? Is that a fair comparison? As Allgaier slides in the line.
Austin Hill trying to pull a leapfrog move here, but he's not going to get clear, Joey. This is the risk. You make all these leapfrogs, you try to get to the front, you miss one, you go all the way to the back.
Yeah, and for Austin Hill there, the 7 snuck up in front of him with no momentum. So it's either run in the back of him or check up or make the move and try to go to the bottom and make it work. At this point, they're so far back in this single file pack, you got nothing to lose. You might as well go for it. You always got to weigh that risk versus reward, right? Can I lose 5 spots? Okay, maybe I can handle that. Can I lose 15 spots? Maybe I'm not going to make the move quite yet.
16 laps to go, stage 2. Justin Allgaier, 12th right now.
I knew you didn't want me to try it there, but I had to. I had to go into the run. I wanted to see what it would do. All right, now we got to concentrate.
At least at the end of the stage, we'll be about halfway through this bullshit.
Yeah, and you hear Justin Allgaier there saying, I wanted to try and see if it worked. Yeah, now he lost his track position. You might as well keep trying it at this point. You see the 39 overheating there. Grant Sieg.
Sieg is starting to push water.
There's an alliance with the 39 of Sieg and the 98 of Riley Herbst through the Stewart-Haas organizations. Not sure if there's some similar setup or connection there.
Yep, 39's getting hot. And he's in heavy traffic.
Water out, man. You can't run so long because they'll start blowing water out, and that's fine until it stops blowing water out.
That's not fine.
No more water.
It doesn't mean the problem is gone. It means your day is probably done because there's no water left.
Dang, Ozzy, the window's open and you didn't go outside.
It's coming back down, but the oil temperature's still really hot. That's bad.
It's a big race. Big race for Sieg from nearby Tucker, Georgia, less than an hour away, Regan.
And Adam, I spoke to him right before the race. He said how much this race means to him. His whole family here today, including his 3 wife and 3 kids. Right now the team, as you can see with the water blowing out of that car, screaming at him, get some air on the radiator. He needs it as quick as he can.
Not just his 3 kids, 3 little girls. He wins no battles at home.
Of course he's out running Riley. Riley was on pit road for a long time.
Hey, something else to keep an eye on here. Noah Gragson made the pit stop. Went a lap down. We're going to be 12 laps to go.
Coming to lap 69.
Hanging in there to stay the first car 1 lap down and get the free pass. We'll see if he can hang on.
He needs the Hesman's car running at 36 to just stay in front of the leader. It's going to be really close. They're running him down here about a half a second a lap.
Yeah, it's definitely a big story. It's going to affect his race big time. I don't think he's going to be
Lap 69.
Yeah, Loris Hesman's in the 38.
Just can't get over Sage Karam and Tommy Joe Martin's 4th and 5th, and the 48 is 3rd.
Leaders closing down on him, and the biggest thing for Gragson is that Herbst also had those problems. He's 2 laps down, so he's got a drafting partner, which will help his lap times and increase his opportunity to stay in front.
Actually, it said on the ticker Noah's only 1 lap down. Oh, Creed checking up in front of Jeb Burton almost caused a wreck.
That was a big move. He filled the outside. These cars do not want somebody on the right rear quarter panel. They really slow down. And Sheldon Creed and Landon Castle are just, they're throwing haymakers right now at each other. And everybody else.
Heads up here. The
Down to 10 laps to go in our second stage. Allmendinger, Hemrick, teammates at Colleague running 1-2. Jade Buford is 3rd. The teammates at Alpha Prime continue in the top 5. Tommy Joe Martins, Sage Karam. Let's get a word from the 27 team at Jeff Burton.
Jeb Burton is the latest driver to be pissed off at Sheldon Creed. Creed is not making any friends, and he's got his nose up the bumper of the 2 going off into 1. Oh, boy. Don't want to get yourself caught up in a wreck.
Well, Well, Joe, you know, the sun is setting. Maybe he couldn't see.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good.
Oh, he's sending more messages. Okay.
Now he's pushing him again.
You see, and they're just trying to force that car in front of him to make a move. That's what Sheldon Creed's trying to do. He's pushing the car in front of him and saying, do something, do something. And he's going to fill the hole as soon as that car makes a move in front of him, which is Austin Hill right now.
Morris Hesemans has gone a lap down, and so that takes the free pass opportunity away from Noah Gregson with 8 to go. He's now the second.
8 to go. Noah's second car lap down, but that first car lap down's running by himself and not very fast, so Noah probably should pass him and still be first car lap down at the end of the stage. Gonna have 7 laps.
On entry to turn 1. Up down the front stretch to the dog leg here. Now watch when they get into turn 1 here, Ed. How hard it gets to see. Now keep in mind, they're running within inches of each other. And where are you again?
That's actually what you see. That is really right on what you see off the visor cam as a race car driver, and that's it.
Yeah, it's hard enough going 180 mile an hour, you know, a couple inches from one another. But let's make you blind for a couple split seconds.
How bad does the 48 want to win a stage? Are we going to find out, or is Brandon Brown going to be the one to make the aggressive move? He's 6th.
Yeah, sometimes you can put tint on the windows or even on your visor, but you know, in this situation, the sun is setting perfectly.
Big check up there in the top. Austin Hill goes to the inside for 7th. Damn, what a run. Goes from 8th up to 5th. But it stalls out, and he doesn't have anybody behind him. Oh, he's going to clear the 44. Oh, no, he can't. He's got help coming, though. Landon Castle behind him and Allgaier. What a move.
With 5 laps left of the stage, these guys are going to get hungry.
How about that 44, Jamie?
Sage Karam hanging there in the top 5. Only a few Xfinity races under his belt. 1 Truck Series. Now he's running in the top 5. You mentioned the Indy 500. He'll race that again in 2 months. But meanwhile, he's figuring this out. He just came on the radio and said, guys, I figured it out.
They lap another car.
Track position is. It is everything. Do whatever you can in the pits to keep us there, even if it means not making an adjustment. Regan.
Well, Jamie, the 68 of Brandon Brown having a very good run right now. One of the team's biggest goals this season was they had to find a way to score.
4 car on the bottom getting lapped, got really loose.
Haven't been able to do that thus far this year, but running solidly inside the top 10 today. Mission accomplished. And on the radio, a lot of advice for Brandon about when to maybe make his move and the fact that his race car needs help. He's got a spotter that both you guys in the booth know very well. TJ Majors helping out Brandon a lot in the radio.
He's having a great run. These guys are running really smart races, but you have to think, with 3 laps left to go on the stage, it's going to get crazy here. Maybe we'll see another last corner pass for the win of the stage like we saw in the first one.
I think you're going to start seeing some 3 wide moves up there. So they start to get too wide. That middle starts to look attractive. As soon as they start opening the middle up, you're going to see cars like Sheldon Creed in the 2, the 10 of Landon Castle.
Austin Hill, Landon Castle, Allgaier, they're trying. Bain just went 3 wide in the middle, got under Brandon Brown, try to get him out, and it stalls them all out. And now Castle gets behind Bain, then goes up to the outside to get behind Creed.
2 remaining, second stage.
That was not a bad move by Bain, but it didn't pay off. We're on 2 to go.
And teammates at the front once again with Allmendinger and Hemrick.
No one down the center. This is the first time we've seen the track get really, really wide to where you can run right up next to the fence. The track was dirty up there where it was only 2 lanes wide, so going down the middle worked. Now the track is 3 lanes wide, and you see the top.
Last lap of the stage. See if anybody in that top 5 makes a move.
Can't say enough about
I don't think they can.
Hanging in there. The guys from Alpha Prime. Is Brandon Brown in position.
3 wide for 5th.
What does Daniel Hemrick do here? Does he just follow his teammate to the stage win, or does he make a move?
I think Hemrick will make a late move here. I think Hemrick will make a late move if there's any move to make. There's no move to make. Allmendinger wins stage 2. Hemrick 2nd, Buford 3rd, Martin's 4th, Sage Karam 5th. Hemrick made a really lazy move coming to the line. I think Noah's going to stay a lap down, so they lap 2 cars in front of him there. Stretch my legs during this caution. God, I need a nap. Need a nap. That's why I just can't get into this race. That, and I'm totally against the concept of this race and what they've done to this racetrack. So, combine my apathy with being a little sleepy. This is what you get.
As the New Jersey Generals take on the Birmingham Stallions in prime time on both Fox and NBC. Spring football, you can't beat it, and it's coming to Fox. The USFL is back. And now our Ford track facts at the end of stage 2. Who won the inaugural race here? 1992, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon in that Baby Ruth car won here in 92.
Yes. Bill Davis, right? There you go. Hey,
answer to the true.
Wow,
like
great
Brady
job,
here,
Brad.
Joey.
Last Ford win here, Brad Keselowski, spring in 2018. Brad, you've won here. Kevin Harvick won here. In 2018, you've won here. But, you know, those stats don't matter anymore. So we had to throw those out because of the new track.
New track.
Is that Jeff?
There's
No.
Jeff.
That man's kept the 90s haircut the whole time, though.
He's a true fan right there.
He's kept it since
Rainbow
92.
Warrior and the mullet.
Good God, I'm afraid to go to races. They might zoom in on me and show me on TV for no fucking reason at all.
Pit stops at the end of stage 2. Regan, they're heading your way.
Adam, Brandon Brown able to get those stage points that we talked about that are also
Look, I'm on TV.
very good. Doesn't want to touch it at all. Told crew chief Doug Randolph, leave it alone.
Halfway through the race.
Buford, how about the third place for him?
It's not going by fast enough for me.
Water temp is good. They were
Matter of fact, during the stage break, I'm going to chill on the bed for a minute.
A little bit too free when pushing cars. Jamie?
AJ Allmendinger in the 16 gets that stage win. The car is definitely driving better. Said he's a little draggy. A 4-tire start.
He's a little draggy. Somebody call RuPaul.
They took that last adjustment out. They put air pressure in the right rear and 4 tires, guys.
Saw a lot of 4 tires there. Not surprising.
Said he's feeling draggy.
Because everyone likely going to have to pit again, but if you take 4 here, it really opens up the door to play some strategy games for track position on that final stop. Sheldon Creed wins the race off pit road.
Yeah, I might just have to watch the rest of the race like this.
16, Joey.
I'm gonna, yeah, Dinger Nation, Allmendinger. Let's talk to him. AJ Allmendinger, Joey Logano up at the booth. You got me?
What up, man? I got you.
Hey, the strategy worked out good. You guys gave up the first stage, cycled yourself to the front. Colleague 1-2 in the second stage. Car looked a little loose the first time. You get it fixed up yet?
My old age, man, just slow reactions early on there. So the car's really good. Action Industries Camaro is good up front, you know, with this aero package, it's track, new repave. The traffic gets a little hairy, but so far so good.
Well, you sound
I'm
pretty
streaming in
confident.
comfort
Pretty excited
now.
up here. I guess it's probably good to be calm. Stay that way. Have fun.
I'll be really calm watching.
It's the only luxury of streaming by myself without anybody else here.
I said last week Allmendinger's always on the chip, but very subdued when you consider the kind of racing we've seen today. Fun afternoon at the racetrack for everybody here.
Fuck off with the hee-haw music. Yep, I'm going to watch the rest of the race like this. This is comfortable. Like what this guy said, perfect way to describe this race. It's sort of interesting, but kind of sucks too. Yeah, it pretty much sucks, but it's interesting. If they do this to another 1.5 mile track, I'll just not watch that particular race. Here's a good lesson, NASCAR. Pack racing does not equal good racing. This guy said it's like Darlington and Texas had a baby. And not a baby that was planned. Massacred one of the best 1.5 mile tracks in NASCAR. I decided to skip taking a nap to watch this shit. Brock Beard tweets what I said today. Not sure why you have 3 lanes in the quad oval, but then narrow it up to 2 as you enter the corner. I said that was a big design flaw. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed. Just how many fucking stupid problems I have with this racetrack. Oh, Jesus. Showing some kind of like romantic love montage of Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski. Are they going to have a funny Photoshop of them kissing each other to go with all the other stupid Photoshops that they put up on the broadcast every week?
Hey, you two fit like a glove, and we've got this all cleaned up.
Hey, Joey, does he fit like a glove in your ass?
I think did they swap sides to make it shake?
I could never be a broadcaster. I would ask the hard questions.
They stopped dancing, but we do think they switch sides to shake and bake. Have a good time, girls. I got 2 young girls. I totally understand.
Yeah, Brad's got 2 daughters. They probably get bored at the racetrack too.
Gibbs in the 54. They were all over the place here.
Well, you ever have one
I
of
didn't
those
even see the
moments
race
where
off
you're
pit
trying to find a
road. Couldn't be
parking
bothered.
spot, You just can't find a parking spot. Well, this is what Ty Gibbs had happen right here. Am I this? Oh, no, that's not me. Wait, okay.
A crew member on his hood.
Back here. Oh, no, not back here. Wait a minute. Where? What spot am I in? Oh, watch that guy. Oh, yeah, I'm all the way up here. This is me trying to park at the Walmart parking lot last night.
He was 15th. He drops back. Justin Allgaier had problems from 12th on the cycle of pit stops. Noah Gregson took the wave around, so that gets him back on the lead lap. And we've had a choose violation on the 11 of Daniel
Hemrick, a choose cone violation. Banish that man. 3-race suspension. He hit the orange box.
And I gotta think that
If there had been a cone there, it would have been massacred. Shame on Hemrick. Way to piss away your track position. Yeah, he drove right over AJ almost did. I think Brandon Brown hit it too.
And I think that's probably what happened to Ty Gibbs, and same thing with Daniel Hemrick right here.
Brandon Brown and Daniel Hemrick choose cone violations.
Weatherman also had a violation on a choose. And what was going on with Ty Gibbs? What created that mess on pit road, Jamie?
100% right, gentlemen. It is the sun. The drivers were talking about it before they came onto pit road. Then we saw the mistake.
Drivers can't see the choose cone because of the fucking sun.
I could not see. They were going to take 2 tires. They ended up just taking 4. They're restarting back in 29 now.
And Brandon Brown made an extra pit stop here.
Well, Brown and Hemrick had to go to the back, so.
As we reset, though, at the front, Sheldon Creed, A.J. Allmendinger.
Should be 1 pit stop in this next stage. Just as soon as you know you can make it to the end, you pit, get it over with. Tires are not that big of an issue.
A bit of a deficit, if there is such a thing, given the amount of tire wear we've seen today.
I'm not sure it matters. I like that call. Get yourself up there. You're getting down to the nitty gritty here. There's 76 laps to go. You gotta get yourself that track position. We saw how important it was. Right, those cars.
So AJ lost his teammate up here.
There was Brandon Brown.
You have to hope Castle can get to him, but Castle's been a disappointment this season.
Stayed up there the whole time.
He's ninth right now, though.
Like Creed's doing right now to get yourself up there.
And the pit stop, to clarify for Brandon Brown, not an issue with the car. They, too, had a choose violation, so they decided to come ahead and make their pit stop. Circle that, because if they topped off there, as tight as this could be on fuel, everybody has to make a stop here. Maybe he doesn't. It's tight, but that's something to monitor as we go into the final stage. Going to be 75 to go. Creed and Allmendinger get us going for that.
Creed's on the front row. That's probably good for everybody. He can't cause any problems up there unless he just throws a stupid block. Good push from Hill.
They can't see.
They can't see shit going into turn 1.
Austin Hill pushing Sheldon.
RCR 1-2.
Back in the mix. Haven't said his name in a while. Trevor Bain is there.
And it's going to stay that way. Big push from the top. Not a lot of momentum on the inside, and well, until they get to 3 here.
You can see the sun here. Watch the sun on this shield. You just can't see much.
The 3 wide metal.
And it's as bad, if not worse, in the car than what the TV shows it with their cameras.
When we talked about, too, this track kind of, I want to say coming
My
apart.
pick is in 4th place. Jay Buford's still top 5.
Your windshield. So now you have a pitted windshield.
Ooh, AJ went up the track there coming out of Forest. They cut away. Thought he was going to go straight up into the side of somebody. I guess he didn't. Austin Hill getting right on the left rear of Sheldon Creed in front of him.
We still have an hour till the sun goes down, Joe. So this is only going to get worse for these guys.
Great onboard shot here with Austin Hill. That's the Bennett Transportation and Logistics onboard, a local company. Austin Hill went to their headquarters this week, not far from the racetrack, and he's doing it proud, running second at his home track.
Back to the bottom lane, 1639.
AJ just needs a little more help there on the bottom to get up to the front here, Joseph.
Yeah, you only got those 3 cars. We talked about earlier, you got to have 3 or 4 really good cars that can stay tight, that have speed but also handle really well. If you don't have the right cars down there, the bottom lane will fall apart.
I am trying not to fall asleep.
Couple of things to look at in that top 10. Jay Buford, after getting his...
This just isn't real racing. After Phoenix and Fontana, or after Phoenix, Fontana, and Las Vegas, I really don't have the patience to sit through a race like this. I just don't.
Running tight in the grass there behind AJ Allmendinger, and no issues with 71 to go.
My man Doug Yates built some tough engines. They run without...
Oh, shit. Kiss his ass, Brad. It's not going to make your car go any faster tomorrow. Remember, you drive a Roush car.
They've had some problems today. The 9 of Noah Gregson, 54 of Ty Gibbs. But they are rallying. Gibbs is back in the top 15. So is Gregson after taking the wave around. He's on much...
Noah took the wave around to get back on the lead lap. Not a bad call.
Not a factor.
Yeah, I don't think it's a factor at all.
Going to have to hope for... Well, if he can make it to the point in the race where you can pit and make it to the end, he'll be fine. But a caution would really help.
Doesn't come out at the wrong time. If everybody has to pit and get a splash, he might have to stay a little longer, but this could cycle for him. Perfect world, we get the caution right, and everybody pits together.
I like the gamble. I mean,
That was worth a gamble with a car as fast as Noah's.
A bit more fuel in the car to where he doesn't have to pit in the next 10 laps.
3 wide down the back. Hemrick, Jeb Burton, Jeremy Clements
51,
for 15th.
Sage Karam in a 44.
Jeb Burton 3 wide through the middle on Herbst and Sieg. Ooh, Jeb.
Shooting the gap right down the center.
Gets up into the high line now. Now they're 2 wide.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I mean, we talk about how hard it is to gain track position. We've been talking about it all day, but it is definitely the case.
AJ just keeps trying to make that bottom work. And it seems like you can maybe do the island hopping, Joey, you know, if you're 10th, 15th in line, but the top 5, it's really hard to make it.
Well, right now, the bottom looks attractive. Look at the cars that are down there. All great cars. The 31, the 54, the 9, the 98, the 11. Even though some of them may be on different strategies, those are good cars to jump down in front of, and there's numbers. There's lots of them as well.
And Myatt Snyder driving for Jordan Anderson. The owner ran the Camping World Truck Series race earlier today. Didn't go good for him, but as an organization, they are looking for their first top 10 of the year. Remember, he ended Daytona on his lid. This is a similar style of racing.
Wyatt Snyder's sixth. Just now noticed that. I'm too sleepy to notice.
Back in the saddle, and he's giving it all he's got.
Apparently you guys are too. You guys are being awfully quiet. I don't blame you. There's not much to talk about.
Well, it does have some damage on the right front. You can see the bare bond covering kind of the text there. He's got Trevor Bain jump down in front.
Oh, I wish Bain and Jones could get down on that bottom together with Bain in front. Push me to the lead. Win me some money. Damn, good move by Bain there. That bottom line's door-to-door for the lead now.
You know, we've not talked a lot about Trevor today.
Go Trevor Bain. Never thought I'd be cheering for Trevor Bain, but here I am.
Gets another opportunity, one of his 8 starts this season. And the 18 looking to take the top spot, top 5 in both starts this year. Those coming in California and Phoenix. Hadn't been in one of these cars in 5 or 6 years, and he is impressed every time.
He's got to do it. Makes the pass for a lead on the
Trevor Bain takes the lead off of turn 4, clears Sheldon Creed. Now it's his race to control. Of course, he got 2 RCR cars behind him and a mix on the bottom. He goes to the bottom. The top line kind of breaks up. Creed keeps going wide in the center of the corner. And I don't know if it's hurting the momentum of his line and that's what cost him the lead or what.
Not at all. Okay. I don't think so.
I'm trying not to fall asleep. I'm chilling on my bed, but damn, Noah on the bottom. Noah back up in the top 5. On a weird strategy, but it's got him back in the mix.
I think we know.
Yeah, look a lot of loose.
21 car here, Austin Hill. We have not talked much about him today. Daytona winner, similar style of racing to this. He's in a good position here.
Let's look at the 9 again. Look at him go down into turn 3. Has a decent run. Pretty big wiggle.
Oh, if Noah would have ate shit there, it would have took out Herbst, and it would have been glorious.
Sticking him 3 wide in the center there. Had definitely an opportunity to do that.
Riley Herbst is a lot better.
Mott Snyder takes the lead.
They went to high school together. Riley Herbst and Noah Gregson, and here's another new leader.
Oh my God, lead changes. What's up, Michael? Mott Snyder just took the lead. Trevor Bain's in second. Snyder's got 2 RCR cars behind him. Everybody still has to pit once. And I'm streaming from the comfort of my bed.
Make sure we get to the end. Now everyone realizes how important track position is, and we have to race to get there.
Trevor Bain going for the lead again.
But there's 61 laps to go, and as you said, business is in fact picking up. 18 back to the point in the low lane.
Trevor Bain out front by 2 car lengths. It'll close up fast. Big run. Creed to Snyder. Bain's got a teammate on the bottom, but I don't think it's a teammate you can trust because Ty Gibbs is pretty douchey.
This is going to be an issue at the end of this race if it stays green.
No way this race goes green all the way.
It helps on fuel mileage, right?
Absolutely.
Although it'd be pretty funny if it did, because then Noah would have to pit by himself. Because he stayed out to take the wave around under the caution at the end of stage 2. So his fuel mileage is significantly less than the cars he's racing with. So he's hoping for a caution and have everybody pit at once. So yeah, it'd be kind of nice if it went green. Trevor Bain's leading. I can get Noah out of contention. Stay green, buddy. Stay boring. And I'll try to stay awake. Bain, Gibbs, Gregson, Snyder, Creed, Hill, Hemrick, Jones, Sieg, Allgaier, and so on. As they go side by side. I need a nap. I need to grab a nap is what I need. Oh, Sam Mayer's got a flat left rear from the looks of it. He's going to make it to pit road, I think. Hopefully the tire carcass will stay on because I want this race to stay green. With Trevor Bain leading. You're in the fuel window now, but you'd be a fool to pit early. Unless you're like Noah and you absolutely have to. Come on, Mayer, get to pit road. There you go. Tire stays. Oh, we got a wreck down the back. Jay Buford, he was running top 5 all day, and he just got wrecked. Well, now that definitely brings Noah back into the mix. He was already up in the top 5, and now everybody's going to pit together here and be able to make it to the end. Jeremy Clements got tore up in that. He's missing a left front fender. Caution's a break for Sam Mayer. It's going to save him some time. So I'm the leader coming to the last pit stop. Don't forget, my Truck Series pick finished 3rd. Anthony Alfredo is already on pit road. Well, the 48 don't look that tore up. I think he just got turned around. Jeb Burton's got some damage to the right rear. Buford's limping around on 3 wheels.
Of the day is out at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the first for incident. It happened on the back straightaway. Among those involved, Jay Buford, who was having an unbelievable day in the 51 of Jeremy Clements. This is coming off of turn 2.
Ooh, it looks like Jeb's going to try to...
Jeb Burton tried to go 3 wide through the middle and took out the 48 and the 51.
Spin around, nowhere for Jeremy Clements to go. Nice job for the rest of the field avoiding.
And Jeb was bitching about the way Sheldon Creed was driving earlier.
I really thought if we had a crash today, it would turn into a big one because everyone is so bunched up. But as you said, Brad, really nice effort by all these drivers to avoid making this a huge incident that took out a bunch of cars.
Yeah, the backstretch is fairly wide here, so if there's an accident, you seem to be able to get around it here. And the Xfinity drivers here have done a great job all day of not just avoiding wrecks, but not starting them to begin with.
I miss when Muhammad used to come to my stream more than my sponsor.
Track bars broke in the back. That's probably going to put him out for the day.
Muhammad's going to come in asking if we can show Bob's and Vagine.
Just hear the sound of it.
AMR safety crew is there.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
Oh, we have a hauler that tried to go through the tunnel.
A little tunnel.
Oh, that gets somebody every year.
Oh, Jesus. You seeing this, guys, on the broadcast? A hauler tried to go out through the little tunnel and ripped the roof off of his trailer.
I thought it was.
Wow.
Not anymore.
Hey, really quickly.
And Brad says that seems to happen every year at Atlanta. I'm really glad they caught that on the broadcast. Wow, for once Fox showing anything but the race actually paid off.
He gets the free pass. He too can pit here, and both those guys are in their window. And
everybody can make it from here.
Or do these caution laps get you good on the fuel mileage? And we're getting the answer. A number of guys will.
Split decision. Some guys stayed out. Who the fuck would stay out here? You can make it to the end. Who in the fuck would stay out?
Over if they would pit, they ultimately decided to fuel only, as you said. Car just a little unstable right now in the 39 of Ryan Sieg. Fuel only for them just to make it to the end. Jamie?
I know Gregson, they needed to come in and pit little loose, actually a lot loose. They said they're going to go down 2 rounds on the track bar. Fuel to make it to the end and 4 tires for the 9.
More pitted here than not.
Yeah, it made all the sense in the world to pit here. Why would you stay out?
Staying on track, including Ty Gibbs, who has worked his way back to the top 5.
We're going to be worse. We might be a lap and a half to the bad.
So the 54 strategy is they think they're going to get the cautions. And, hell, Trevor Bain stayed out too, my pick. So their strategy is get enough cautions to make it to the end. He says right now they'd be like a lap and a half, maybe too short. They get some cautions, they'll make that up. I figure they will get some cautions, but I don't know. I would have taken pitting here. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll have to see if it pays off. Hopefully it does, because my pick is on the strategy. Save gas. This new Atlanta is like some kind of weird fever dream. It's definitely a kind of race I've never really seen before. I'm really glad I'm not the guy that drove into that tunnel just now and ripped the top off of my trailer. Don't worry, I'm still awake. Come on, Fox. Where's the funny Photoshop pictures of the broadcast team? This wouldn't be a NASCAR broadcast without some stupid-ass, unfunny Photoshop. Now, where is it? I was so looking forward to it this week, just like every other week.
I like a little crunch.
Instead, I have to look at Adam Alexander's big bald head.
It's not just chocolate.
Yeah, right. I never go against the chocolate.
Think he's ever kissed a girl.
We got some really good cars that are going to start in the back. We got some really good cars at the front that are questionable on fuel mileage. What do we expect here for the stretch run?
Well, if you're the leaders right now, if you're running up front, if just maybe one more yellow, and I would feel a lot better. But please, not at the end, Joe. I do not want a green-white checker. They are really, really on edge right now.
Absolutely. Run too long, they're going to be in trouble. But I think they're going to get more cautions. At this point of the game, we saw the racing get a lot more intense out there with a 2 wide, more 3 wide. The 3 wide is where it gets pretty sketchy out here. This track's not very wide in the corners in particular. So it gets to where it gets tight, just like we saw with Jay Buford a minute ago. Gets tagged in the left rear and around he goes.
By the way, Jay Buford spent more laps in the top 10 today than he had any race in his career. Disappointing for them, but to go into a road course next week where we anticipate they should be really good. The fans have been great here today. We know they'll be good next Saturday at COTA, and I think we finally got this mystery solved. She said no.
Oh, sisters.
Oh, they're fighting.
But if you notice, Shake says you belong on the other side, right? I mean, we're
Yes.
getting there.
They just need some chocolate.
What about the 18, Jamie Little?
Well, Ty Gibbs last pitted at the stage break. That's when he had the miscue. So, what is his fuel situation?
Even if you want to say 54 momentum, 31 momentum, I can judge that. It was just like, and it was good to know that they were getting close. All that was great. I think things happen a little quicker here to Daytona, so if I just know our momentum, and late in the race.
Going to restart with 51 to go. Bain, Gibbs in the high line.
Trevor hasn't been in the seat.
Hill and Creed on the bottom line, so it's Gibbs versus RCR. Bain and Gibbs very iffy on fuel.
And your spotter, and trying to build that chemistry with your spotter sometimes takes a few races. So that's Trevor telling his spotter, hey, here's what I need here to be able to control the race. So get out front, get myself clear, and control what lane is coming.
He's done a heck of a job so far. 3 races in, sat on the pole. Last week at Phoenix had a great race. Got laps in all of them. Leading here again today, getting towards the end. He's got a good shot at this one.
Top 8 cars roughly, and some of this may change the numbers because of how they went through the shoes. But top 8 stayed out, didn't pit here. Everybody behind them did come down.
The top 8 cars, Hemrick, Brown, Graff, Jones, Creed, Hill, Gibbs, Bain, stayed out. From 9th on back, everybody can definitely make it.
Got a nice Gibbs versus Childress showdown here on the front rows. Teammates working together, both sides.
Yeah,
3 Gibbs cars on the top against 2 RCR cars on the bottom, and they're all locking bumpers. I thought you can't do that. You go, Gibbs. Keep that 18 car out front, buddy.
And behind
Boy, I wish we could make it on gas, because now we're definitely not going to get the cautions we need. Oh, never mind. Yes, we are. Joe Graff and Daniel Hemrick just crashed off of turn 4. Shut it off, save gas. Of course Hemrick gets taken out. Save gas.
All these guys who stayed out were really
Save
fun.
gas.
2 more laps. They're not at full pace, not burning all that fuel. This might help them connect this race.
It might be enough to help get that green-white checker, right, if that happens. That's that insurance policy. You don't know we're going to have an overtime finish.
Not pitting again for the rest of the day.
And this is going to help that for them.
Well, that 07 drove a lot better when Cole Custer was in it, didn't it? 50 to go.
So 11 car gets in the middle here, 3 wide.
3 wide, Brown, Hemrick in the middle, 07 on the outside. And Hemrick thought he was clear, got a little loose. I won't say that he thought he was clear. He got loose and just touched the 07, and off they went.
I hate that for Joe Graff because...
Fuck Joe Graff. Hate that for Daniel Hemrick. At least he matters.
And that's an organization
Joe Graff might as well not exist.
Earlier this year with Cole Custer driving in Fontana, California.
And I'm happy to say that Gibbs was in second at the time of caution, so Bain can keep a teammate on his bumper for these restarts.
Yeah, it almost happened at the same time, and it happens that quick, guys. That's what the drivers are dealing with here at Atlanta. The cars are going so fast around here, and you're right on top of each other, and all it takes is one little movement of your car, one way or the other. You see that Hemrick may got a little loose there. I don't know, man. But it happens so fast, and next thing you know, you're out of the race.
I know it was a hard hit, that's for sure. Whenever you get hit in the right rear quarter panel, there's that little whip action. He has a second hit here that sure didn't feel very good. But poor Daniel, we should have won this race probably last year, and running up front here towards the end, Atlanta just hasn't been kind to him here lately.
The defending champ still looking for his first win of the season, and you see all these pictures. Amazing shots from our camera folks all around this racetrack. And a call to them.
Yeah, that was Hemrick's fault, but he did get loose.
Here in Atlanta, a double header. Out in the sunshine, it's been windy.
I don't feel bad for Joe Graff. He sucks.
On the West Coast, traveling back and forth. We salute each and every one of those behind the scenes that make Fox NASCAR.
Gotta love the schedules. LA Coliseum, Daytona, 3 weeks on the West Coast, Atlanta, and then out to Texas for COTA.
For your unbelievable work and effort.
Absolutely. A lot more on-track time today than expected. It rained out yesterday, so everything got canceled and moved to today.
Trevor Bain, the leader.
I'm surprised NASCAR let them practice today. I figured they would have been happy that practice got rained out so they could just dump them all on the racetrack tomorrow and say, good luck. You've never driven in a pack here before. Good luck. Joe Gibbs Racing sounds really coordinated on the radio. Bain's calling the shots. Since he's the leader, says Jones has to do all the blocking, and Gibbs and him will block with him. But he's got to be the protector. Brandon Jones is the defense. He is the Dale Earnhardt to their Michael Waltrip and Dale Jr. I just sincerely hope it ends better. There's that truck that tore his shit up trying to drive out of the tunnel.
Saw the hauler driving away that had his own accident here in the tunnel in Atlanta.
I'm sure that sounded pleasant when that dude drove that big hauler into that tunnel and it ripped the roof off.
I don't want to make that phone call.
You see what it
First off,
was.
I'm okay.
The vehicle, not so much.
Well, it still runs.
Christian Pulisic and the U.S. men's national team take on Panama.
At least that thing still runs.
The Stars and Stripes look to move one step closer to the World Cup next Sunday on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Coverage begins 6:30 Eastern Time. And with 48 laps to go, our Xfinity fastest lap. Ty Gibbs, top of the boards, had some adversities today, but he's going to be a player late. Sheldon Creed led more laps today than he had combined in his career coming in. Good effort for Landon Castle. Barry and Burton also made the reel. Under caution for the 5th time today. We'll do the choose when we return to Atlanta. Bain.
Make this caution last. Let us save gas and keep this track position, please. And then everybody get single file and behave for the next 40 laps after that. How about it? We actually gained some subscribers this week, I think, from streaming WWE. So I will continue to stream that this coming week if people want to see it. Something different. Wasn't sure I'd ever stream a wrestling game on the channel because I just assumed they'd never make a good wrestling video game ever again. But they have, and we love playing it, so. I've got to see, let me check my email right now and see if that video from the other day is unblocked or not. Because I cut out the part that got it blocked, so I would expect it to be fucking unblocked. But YouTube sucks dick, so probably not. Hear that, YouTube? Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. I have thought over and over again about just moving to Twitch. But I can't guarantee that everybody would come with me. But it would be really nice to stream on Twitch. I'd have a lot more freedom on there. No, my video's still blocked.
A little warm.
Didn't seem to be a problem. They fixed it up. He's looking good right now.
Opening stage, a battle to the finish between JRN teammates. Give it to Josh Berry. Gregson not only lost the stage, but got in the wall.
It ain't going to stay fucking blocked for long, I'll tell you that.
Back in the race, he's finally recovered, back on the lead lap, new tires, ready to race. And then the 98 car, Riley Herbs, overheating.
I bet the Gen 7s will be great on road courses. I feel like the Gen 7s were designed specifically with road courses in mind. Yeah, Twitch sucks, but YouTube sucks worse. I just have more people to watch me on YouTube right now. It would take a pretty big commitment for me to move over to Twitch and just stream from there. I'm not making any money because YouTube sucks so much ass. I was making money till YouTube changed their policy. Now I don't make money. And I've put up with it for far too fucking long. And they blocked my stream the other day for no goddamn reason at all. When I see other people streaming the same thing and it doesn't get blocked, but they block mine. Like, why block mine? My channel's not even popular. I guess I didn't suck the right dick to be able to show and stream whatever I want. Like everybody else seems to be able to.
We did have somebody go through the infield here. We actually...
For example, one of my favorite streamers put his entire GTA Vice City playthrough on YouTube with the music playing. They never blocked one of his videos. If I put Vice City up, when I streamed Vice City a couple years ago, they blocked the shit. Oh, you got the music in it. It's like, yeah, but I see other people doing it all the time, so you want to block mine, right? But the popular people, you'll leave them alone. What fucking sense does that make? It's like the more popular they are, you think they'd be more apt to block their shit. But no, pick on the small channels like mine.
Jamie, I think you and Regan should wear Shake and Bake t-shirts next week on Pit Road. What do you think?
I don't have a wide reach.
Crazy. I'll tell you, there's one driver in this field that's not a lot older than those girls. Ty Gibbs.
They're so funny.
Talk about a day he has had got shuffled all the way back after, pit road.
YouTube's full of shit. That's what I think. They blocked my WWE stream from the other day. It was a good fucking video, and they blocked it.
Remember what we said, you are never out of an Xfinity race.
So they can kiss my fucking ass.
Don't give up yet.
And it's still not unblocked. Even though I did the thing where you cut out the part that got it blocked and it's supposed to unblock your video, it's still blocked.
10 races in the Cup Series. Dayton to Talladega in the fall when Bubba Wallace got his first career victory. Last 10 races
stupid
at the Cup level, won by a driver in their 20s. There's a couple of guys that have already hit 30 and beyond.
What are you trying to say?
What do you two have to say about
Come on. I got a sticker in the car that says that. Come on.
This is a long caution, but it's good for my strategy.
You guys are altering this.
So defensive. So defensive.
I'm for the old guys.
Well, it sounds like we might have a shot of what happened. It was under yellow. And, there was a spin after the wreck.
Wow, Fox, what a great camera shot of that second spin.
Josh Berry last year, right about the same.
Somebody went through the grass and lost a splitter.
Couldn't tell who that was, maybe.
And we have like a aerial satellite imagery view.
I tell you, they put the turf in at Charlotte, And same people own this racetrack. It'd be great if we could get some turf on this one.
I don't appreciate
Especially after the repaint.
my video being blocked when I took out the part that got it blocked.
That was almost as subtle as
Really
the
don't
lady
appreciate it.
requesting Pizza a couple of
I
weeks
think
ago in
it's
Las
very
Vegas.
obvious of what it would be
What's
great.
Anybody going to go out there and pick up those big shards of metal laying in the infield grass? Or are we going to let somebody spin through the quad oval and hit that shit and knock it up in the air and hit somebody and decapitate them? Just wondering. Thank you for the $5, Michael.
Josh Berry Regan.
I'm hoping I win about 22 more here in the next 40 or so laps.
That was incredible.
That's last year.
Yeah.
He pulled a heck of a wheel stand.
Impressive, really.
I bet that scared the crap out of him.
Yes.
Front tires come that far off the ground out of nowhere.
Well, as someone who's been down the front stretch here in Atlanta with the wheels off the ground, I can tell you, it's not a good feeling.
You're right.
Barry running 16th today. Listen to some of these drivers just in front of him in the running order. Stephen Parsons, 15th, driving the 99 for B.J. McLeod. Tommy Joe Martins is up there, and the
Graphics
shake and bake
department.
thing just will not go away.
Graphics department here is having more fun.
Yeah, I'm glad the Fox broadcast can focus on shit like that, but not actually show the race and everything that's going on. But they're all over the people in the stands, buddy. They don't miss a fucking thing there. Fuck what's on the racetrack. I'm more worried about what goes on in the stands.
The elder kids, the coach.
Thank you,
I'll
Fox.
apologize to Ty later for that comment, but his grandpa,
They're all over
Joe
it.
Gibbs watching on. What a rebound! He never gave up.
Oh my
after
God,
that
Joe
solo
Gibbs is my
victory.
hero
What's
because
it
he's
like for you,
Christian.
Coach, watching your grandson in these races.
It's nervous. That's what it's like. God's blessed us with so much. I'm worried now. Can he stay up there? Is he going to go
God,
back?
God, 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 God.
I
Weren't
think
you
it's
best
been
friends with
a
Dan
big
Snyder, who
comeback
is a
here,
known
but
sexual
I don't
predator?
think any of us know what's going on.
Good
I think
Christian
the track
man.
has been great. I think it's been a great race. I think the truck race was a great race.
I think the
So
truck
I'm
race
excited
sucked
about
dick. I don't know
we're
what
doing.
race
It's
he
great
was
to be here
watching.
in Atlanta, and I'm thrilled to be a part of this. And I know it's nervous time for me.
Well, yes, 3 cars right now, Adam, in the top 4.
And he touched on it. I mean, not only his guys doing a good
Fucking
job.
Mickey Mouse Super Bowl wins and those strike shortened seasons, and it made this guy's legacy way greater than it should be.
We've had 11 races this year. The top
Won 2 of his 3 Super Bowls in strike shortened seasons. Give me a fucking break, Mickey Mouse.
The clash with Joey Logano.
And then he does the same fucking thing with Kyle Busch in 2019. Fucking Mickey Mouse car owner.
When you already pulled there, get the tear off. I hate to inform them that as soon as that sun gets out of those clouds,
And his grandson is God's favorite race car driver. Joe Gibbs is the world by the balls.
now it's straight in my eyes versus before it was up a little bit. Now it's like
Wow, it's like they're racing in Cowboy Stadium with that fucking sun blinding them and they go to turn 1.
The answer is we're not. The clouds have gone. The sun's in their eyes again.
When you
Bleh.
talk about tinted tear-offs, that's on the helmet. We have tear-offs that are tinted. It's like a tinted, like you would put on your windows or whatever. And you can peel that off when the sun
Oh
goes
boy,
down.
tomorrow we get 500 miles of wide open, full throttle racing on a hard as a brick tire.
If you did it a little too soon, you may
Get
get-
hopped.
Get one shot at that.
Yeah, it's gone. Once it's off, it's gone.
Word of warning, cup race tomorrow.
Oh my God, Jesse Awuji's not dead last because there's like 5 cars that are wrecked out of the race.
Eastern time but right in this window. So be
You know it's too easy to drive. You know this ain't real racing when Jesse Awuji hasn't spun out by himself.
Right now, you couldn't see go down the
Go full throttle, wide open, and barely turn the wheel all the way around. Jesse Awuji can do that. That's why he hasn't wrecked yet.
and to get cars taken
That is a damning indictment on the on the new version of Atlanta that Jesse Awuji hasn't spun out running by himself. Because I'm pretty sure he's about done that in every other race this year so far. Gonna have 41 to go. Once again, 3 Gibbs cars on the outside line, 2 RCR cars on the bottom.
Here we go.
I never thought I'd be cheering for Gibbs this much, but here we go.
Fox onboard camera is dragging back a little bit so get a run at this. Good push from Sheldon Creed. He's got a great shot here, clearing for the lead.
Don't let Creed get the lead. I mean, Hill or Creed. Don't let either of them get the lead. Cheering for Trevor Bain. Good push, Ty. Here comes a hell of a push from Creed to Hill as Ty breaks off the back bumper of the 18.
Yeah, nobody wants to push on entry and Creed. It's just such a tough corner to get through, and if you have another car pushing in that same,
Side by side.
easy to get out of control.
The 2 lost some ground to the 21. Now the big push is in the top. And I think Jones, the 54 and the 18 could clear the 21. I would take that if I was them.
Cars in the top 3 spots.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Stay on the outside right now. Bottom line's losing time. Ty Gibbs going to wreck me and take $22 out of my pocket in about 40 laps. Can you wait for that? Are you ready?
So right now you're going to see the 19 block the lanes behind them. You're going to see the two other Gibbs cars, Trevor and Ty Gibbs, go along with that. So the 19's kind of leading them in a way right now.
Hey, look who's behind him. Brandon Brown stayed in this thing all day long in the 68. And remember, he had the choose violation. The 19 had a speeding penalty. So a couple of guys in the top 5 that have dealt with issues today. Don't forget about the 54 as well. Second place, had all those problems on pit road when the sun got in his eyes. Really good effort for all these guys to rally.
Yeah, Brandon Brown, you know, what a talent. He's a good speedway racer. This is very much like a speedway, and probably as the sun goes down right now and it's cooling off a little bit, it's getting more and more like a super speedway. Less handling coming into play as the track cools off.
Pure racing, buddy. Brandon Brown is 4th. Allmendinger and Castle 5th and 6th. Oh, yes, get him single file with Bain in the lead, please. I like how this race is going now. I like the direction we're trending here with 37 laps to go.
He's definitely got the track conditions, so he's got some things going for him. He's got a great spotter. That team works really hard on these types of races, and it's paying off.
Look at this, Junior Motorsports getting together. Noah Gregson back in it after going a lap down when he had that unscheduled pit stop. Josh Berry is there. They were getting a push from Justin Allgaier.
Ooh, Jesus, who was that almost spun out?
And they're all going to work together. Those are 3 cars that you need together to make it all work. And keep
was that Hill?
And you see that they're probably leaving the 9 hanging. Oh, that's not coming.
I didn't see that one either.
I'd leave the 9 car hanging too. He's fast. Keep him in the back.
Side by side as we step away. 35 laps to go next time around. Trevor.
35 to go. Bain, Gibbs, Brandon Jones, Brandon Brown. It's a good day to be a Brandon. Nothing bad has happened to anybody named Brandon yet in this race. So prove me wrong. And the caution's out with 35 to go. On one hand, we save more gas. On the other hand, it bunches everybody back up again. Fuckers. Sam Mayer got spun out. Somehow. Don't know how, but he spun. Caution's out. Oh, well, that's less laps under green for Bain to be the leader. Less laps. Come on. $22. Another flat lift rear for Sam Mayer. My bet is leading, and I can't even be excited because we know how it's going to end.
He was the reason for the caution, so there will be no free pass.
Oh, look, we have more satellite imagery of an accident. Oh, I love the sweet 12 frames a second on the replay of the Sam Mayer spin through the quad oval.
Car shouldn't be spinning out right there. Something definitely went wrong. You see him rolling.
We all in on a Chevy prop bet next week? Yes, we are, because between Elliott and Larson, we should have it covered.
Nice use of the NASCAR Hawkeye cameras.
You know, he had a good start.
That sweet 12 frames a second action there on that rig. Actually, 12 was generous. That was about 8 frames a second.
About what was happening and make that Las Vegas. And then, you know, last couple of weeks not going as he would have hoped. He got multiple speeding penalties to take him out of contention last Saturday at Phoenix. But a youngster with a ton of speed, and he's shown it on a regular basis driving that one car for Junior Motorsports.
Yeah, it's strange that that's his second flat tire, left rear. Tells you something's wrong back there. It's rubbing on something or something's happening over there.
Well, fucking knock it off. We had this race will in hand. I don't want to see many more restarts. Any at all if I can avoid it.
Racing is sometimes you just have those days
Trying to
where
win
the
some
driver's
money
sitting
here.
there like, gosh, can anything go my way? I keep blowing out tires. This, you know, something happens all the time. And then there's other days where everything just goes right.
Bouncing back through the top 10, saw the Gibbs guys in the top 3. Brandon Brown having a great day. A pair of teammates from Colleague, 5th and 6th, Allmendinger and Castle. Austin Hill, home racetrack, enjoying his afternoon. It's a home game for Ryan Sieg as well, who's currently 8th. Can't say enough about the effort for Brandon Brown.
I'm assuming AJ's in the Cup race next week. It would make the most sense to me. I don't know what the Colleague schedule is. The schedule's out there online. I saw it earlier this year. I just can't remember it. I'll be right back. Got to use the bathroom. And I got to go wake up a little bit. I'll be right back.
Does he take and go to the bottom, or does he stick with the Gibbs cars, who are likely all going to pick the same lane again? Can't wait to see what they figure out on that car.
And I don't know how much manufacture comes into play, but if the Gibbs cars once again all three take the top lane and Brandon Brown takes the front row down low, he likely would have some Chevy support with him in the form of Allmendinger and Castle and Austin Hill.
You bring up a good point. Yeah, a really good point there, you know, coming to the choose. For the Gibbs cars, do you just line up all in a row? When we go to super speedways, we don't get to choose. The only lane that gets to choose is the leader, whether he wants the top or the bottom. This is the first super speedway type race that we've ever been to where we have to choose. And here, the Gibbs cars have to say, okay, do we want to line each other up 1, 2, 3 in one lane? Or maybe move one of them to the lead and defend it to where either way one of your cars are going to be in the lead.
Yeah, Joe, you're right. It's a unique situation here. And you have to wonder what Brandon Jones is going to do. He's got a great opportunity to probably get to the front row. And who knows, maybe he'll get a great push that will carry him to the lead. So, big question mark. But, you know, last few restarts we've seen the RCR cars on the bottom. And just, I don't know if it's their cars or if that lane, but it just has not worked for them. So, big choose coming in the sun. So we'll see what they do.
All three Gibbs cars going high. Brandon Brown goes with him. Allmendinger to the front row.
Yeah, if I was Brown, I definitely would have taken the front row on that. That felt like a gift to take the front row. Now, interesting.
And basically teammates going to the bottom.
All right, I'm moving back in the chair. Is that going to jinx Trevor Bain there? If I watched the rest of the race on my bed, he would have won. But since I'm going to sit in the chair, he won't win now. So I'm going to use that as my excuse later.
There you
That's your
go.
spotter, Bradley.
You know what, Joey? I'm going to agree with you. I just feel like it's good practice to agree with your spotter. But besides that, nobody has stopped these Gibbs cars yet. I mean, the Gibbs cars, the last 2 or 3 restarts, have just drove away and left the bottom lane in the dust. Now, that said, the Colleague cars are pretty strong. We'll have to see.
Okay. Yeah, the Colleague cars are strong until you realize Landon Castle's one of the ones driving it. So we'll see. I like those Gibbs cars being lined up. I'm just glad that my bet is the one in first.
30 laps to go here.
30 agonizing laps.
All right, pace turns down. Green flag.
Here we go. 30 laps. Both lanes pretty well organized. But you know that top lane is going to be really committed to each other.
Ooh, the pushes are getting more aggressive, Joey.
Ty is doing such a good job off of turn 2 after every restart. He's pushed Damn, he pushed Bain so far out they lost Brandon Jones. But lucky for them, the bottom line just completely fell apart, so Jones should come right back to him. They looked like they were going to drive away from the field. Brandon Brown to the outside of Allmendinger for fourth.
Joseph, what do you think about that?
Good call by TJ on that restart.
I guess he was right.
Not having Brandon Brown jump to the front row, it paid off.
They want to stop these Gibbs calls. And on the top lane, they able to tandem the 3 cars and drive off into the sunset.
And the door's still open. If the call-it guys rally down low, we can slide down in front of them and get the push, right? I mean,
Absolutely. And you have to think those call-it cars are not giving up.
Gibbs cars are just executing restart after restart, and that was the easiest one they've had yet.
That can possibly get going. And now you get the 9 that's just getting cleared behind them. So that might close up to the Colin cars. You got the 21, Austin Hill, that just came down in front of him.
he did what I thought Brown was going to do. He was pushing Brown. Now he drops down in front of the 16-21 rallying at the red and white line.
Remember AJ saying earlier,
Look how high they run in the middle of 3 and 4. Ooh, Bain. Oh, boy. I don't know. Bain cut down in front of Austin Hill to stop that run. Big run from his teammates now. He pulls back up in front of that. That inside line is pretty damn consistent now. Sheldon Creed loose around the outside. He went 3 wide on somebody coming out of the corner. We know that hasn't ended well today for anyone, but he kept it out of the wall. Now this whole front pack is a clusterfuck. Ooh, he's touched the wall again, Creed.
Kyle Weatherman, 92, driving for Mario Goslin, working on a...
Kyle Weatherman top 10. Austin Hill going for the lead. And Chevrolets on the bottom are really giving it their all.
Drafting help from A.J. Allmendinger.
Just keep that 18 car in front, please. Bain still leads that lap, but they're side by side. Oh, wow. 2 cars came together. They're getting into one, and there they go. Brandon Brown. Save it. Save it. No caution. Save it. Caution's out. God damn it.
Tremendous job.
Now, that's probably jacked the running order all up. I don't know who the leader was. It looks like Hill might have been the leader at the time of caution. Creed pretty much caused that wreck. I saw a red car come to end. Creed's got major damage to the right rear.
You see this replay for sure. The 2 had been filling the middle and the top lanes here. I wonder if something happened where just wasn't enough room to make the move.
Creed went 3 wide through the middle like he's been doing all day and wrecked the 68. And Josh Berry got a piece of that on the way by.
You know, if the 68, if Brandon Brown doesn't get that damage on the left front, I mean, he almost gets completely through this unscathed. Incredible save,
Just barely got Josh Berry right in the right side door to see how much damage Josh has. But you're right, this is, you know, when I first started racing in NASCAR, I'll never forget Wayne Alton, the series director, telling me, if you ever get in trouble at Daytona Talladega, turn the wheel to the left, drive it to the infield, but don't turn it right and hit the wall. Brandon's got a little bit of wheel to the right, but earlier here, he had it to the left and was able to get down to the apron and just ride it out.
Told you I should have stayed on the bed.
Fuck. You know, the thing that surprised me today is the incidents we've had and the room that has been here for the drivers. One of my big concerns coming here with this package and the tight racing, the drafting, is when you have a crash, there will be nowhere to escape. We have seen drivers avoid big accidents today in both races more than I anticipated we'd be able to.
Yeah, they're able to avoid the crashes, but a lot of the crashes are starting because the track's narrow, right? Because you can barely get through. Jamie, you got info on the 2?
Yeah, Sheldon Creed's team just came on the radio and told them about that right rear quarter panel damage. They said, you've got a little parachute behind you now, but at this point, we can't pit. We must stay out and take our chances.
Allgaier's on pit road. So if you're looking for Junior Motorsports to band together and make a miracle happen, I don't expect it to happen today. And it's got Austin Hill listed as the leader, unfortunately.
You know, we go through the first.
That doesn't mean Bain can't get it back, because I'm sure wherever Hill goes, Allmendinger and Castle will go, and then where Bain goes, the 19 and the 54 will go with him. So still be lined up, just won't be the control car on the restart.
In this final stage, last week, a couple of cautions for spins in the first two stages. We went caution-free in the final stage. At Phoenix, 7 cautions overall today in this 250-mile race for the Xfinity cars. Double it up. We're going 500 miles tomorrow on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series. Racing for the 5th time this year, looking for our 5th different winner. Who's excited to race in Atlanta? Left of your screen,
Joey Logano.
Joey Logano.
I'm the only one excited in this picture. Everyone else looks mad. Where are you?
I'm with Ryan Blaney. We're just hanging out, being cool by ourselves.
Coverage tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Race day on FS1 at 1:30.
Yeah, one of the things that got lost in all this, guys, real quick, Austin Hill is the race leader. And Austin was on the bottom lane, and he has broke apart these Toyotas. You look at Trevor Bain, 2nd, Ty Gibbs, 4th, Brandon Jones, 6th. They were 1, 2, 3 before, so it's interesting to see how this works out. If these guys pick the top lane now, or the bottom, or what's going to happen here.
Let's listen in on Trevor Bain's audio.
I think if I get the lead back, there's no way I'm giving up the bottom and getting 3-4 at any point if anybody too wide. So it's different in Daytona because the run is like 3-car lengths over there.
I go back, though, to the importance of
Racing is so much different from last year, but I'd still much rather see the new car at Atlanta with high horsepower, low downforce.
No stage points, none of that stuff.
But whatever, we're stuck with it now.
Because you absolutely want to be in control. This is a huge spot for Austin Hill here.
Yeah,
absolutely right.
Yeah, and you hear Trevor there a little bit and saying, hey, I'm not going to do that, right? I'm not going to, give the outside up or the inside up. I guess he's giving the inside up. He doesn't want to give the outside up in that conversation. and that's all well and good to kind of have some rules for yourself that I'm not doing that, but you can't really get too hung up on that, right? You have, because the race is going to change. When we talk about the drivers evolving as they learn more and more about the draft, and more of what their cars can and can't do, and as the sun goes down, the track's gaining grip. All these things are coming up. So, you say you wouldn't do that maybe in that moment again, but you also want to be kind of open-minded while you're out there as well.
Well, Joseph, it's a little bit like parenting. I never do this. I never do that to my kids.
Oh, we're fucked. Bain went to the outside with Hill. Gibbs and Jones went to the inside.
Really big choose. I think this might be the last year.
Not sure what to make of that.
But we do know everybody can make it on fuel now, or should be able to make it on fuel from here.
I was going to ask you about that because Austin Hill, you could hear it in our onboard camera shutting.
So now Gibbs is on the front row with Jones pushing him, and Bain on the second row on the outside behind Hill.
But that's just a safety valve, right? Make sure you're in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of insurance. Just buying car insurance here. This is race car insurance.
I'm guessing Bain's plan is I'm going to shove that 21 so far out and then jump down in front of the 54, and then as soon as we get, lined up behind him, we're going to pull out and make a move. I'm guessing Bain's just going to try to push the fuck out of the 21 just to get down in front of his teammates.
I'm pretty certain there's going to be more cautions.
We're going to have 20 to go.
There's also going to be a green white checker that goes along with it.
Does my heart good to see Noah Gragson nowhere near the top 15. He's 15th.
On the outside lane with a Toyota behind him. And two Gibbs Toyotas restarting.
A few more wrecks, though.
For the first time in a while, those 3 JGR Toyotas broken up on a restart.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by this, by the choose, or the 54 and the 19.
I think the 18 made a mistake on this choose, but we'll see.
They probably thought the 18 would take the bottom, and it didn't play out that way.
We heard Trevor.
Well, they could see in front of them that the 18 didn't take the bottom, so fucking A.
Georgia's own Austin Hill leading with.
Come on, Gibbs. You know you want to sandbag that inside line, let Bain push the 21 out there, and then let 18 or let Bain drop down in front of you.
Yeah, no, these leaders do such a good job.
As soon as the 18 gets clear of the 54, if he can, he will go down there. I don't think he's gonna, though. Down the back. Push, push, push. Push! Push! And then jump down in front of the 54. Jump down in front of the 54. Clear. Take it. Go. Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom with your teammates. Oh, fuck it. He stayed up high. The bottom line's dead, so. If they make a run back up there, Bain will probably pull down and pick him up. But now Bain's got 2 Colin cars behind him.
I think Trevor Bain probably likes where he's at right now.
Yeah, Bain's in a tough spot. Hill's leader, and he's got 2 Colin cars behind him. His teammates have lost like 3 spots. Fading. 18 and 54, tuck in the high line. Now this whole pack is single file. Yeah, now Bain is fucked. He's completely fucked now. But he did keep his track position at the very least. Gives himself a little bit of a chance. But with Allmendinger and Castle behind him, I just don't know. Allmendinger goes to the outside. Yep, they're going to get Bain out of there now. Although Bain is really crowding AJ. Really crowded him. Did all but put him in the wall.
Yeah, it looked like Landon Castle might have just barely got the wall to see the replay there.
Hell, Bain is fucked. Told you. Told you it would never work out.
He's driving the 8 car for Junior Motorsports.
It was never going to work out.
Number 1, 2, 3, 4 Chevrolet.
Ah, great. And he's dropping in behind his teammates now. So, oh, he couldn't get clear. He couldn't get in front of Weatherman. And Bain is still losing time. Back to about 8th place. And we're going to go to a full screen replay with about 15 to go when we're all trying to watch the fucking battle for the win.
Landon Castle was really, really close to a kiss.
When we talk about first-time winners, Landon Castle is in position.
Castle is in 3rd. Maybe I should have bet on him.
Castle today, how do you prepare for this race given all the unknowns? He said, I worked on my setup for Coda because he felt like, I know I'm going to need a bounce back. There's just no guarantees at this place, right?
Not at all.
His teammate Allmendinger 2nd.
Bain is making all the wrong fucking moves back here. Come on, Gibbs, cars, go. I was hoping Jones and Gibbs would pull down in front of Bain there in 3. 15 to go.
The one thing that is like Daytona, the top 2, Austin Hill 1, Allmendinger was 2nd. Jamie?
How about Austin Hill? Since that win at Daytona, he hasn't finished inside the top 15. He told me before this race, too, he wasn't sure about this race. He couldn't break the bubble. He felt like other cars could.
Trevor Bain making good time on the bottom all of a sudden. He's up to 4th, going for 3rd, trying to break up the 2 Colin cars. I think the run's going to stall out here down the front stretch, but he got all the way up to 3rd. If his teammates would just go with him.
Sponsor Bennett Transportation and Logistics. Also a Georgia company. They've got 160 employees in the stands today, and they would love to celebrate in Victory Lane. We'll have 13 laps remaining next time around.
You see how hard Hill was sawing on the wheel there when AJ gave him a push off into turn 3. Now there's a good bottom line forming up with Trevor Bain in the front of it. It's good enough to keep Bain up here in about 4th place for now. Bain up to 2nd on the bottom, door to door with Allmendinger. It's a really good car. I thought the teammates were mostly the thing propping Trevor Bain up, but now that 18's just really fast. Doesn't matter who he's running with, he's fast. Who do I want to win? Trevor Bain, because I got money on him. 12 laps to go. Austin Hill's got them all 2x2 behind him. And Trevor is back into 2nd place. I thought he was fucked when he got dropped back to about 9th. Top lane coming. It's going to open the door for Bain here if he could just get a run down the back. But no, the 16 is going to push 21 out there. Still side by side for 2nd, Bain and Allmendinger.
An incredible job of managing the top and the bottom.
Ryan Sieg pulling up to the bumper of Bain. Bain's back into 2nd. He's cleared Allmendinger. He went, and now he's back in the outside line. Now he's back to the bottom. Bain and Hill were both clear of everyone there. Trevor Bain going to the outside. Hill blocks, and Hill wrecks him. Hill blocked him, and big crash now. Bain, Josh Berry, Noah Gregson, Justin Allgaier, Alex LeBay, Sage Karam. Austin Hill is a fucking dick. Sam Mayer, Jeb Burton. Big wreck. Austin Hill is a dick. And Trevor Bain's day is pretty much ruined. Actually, ain't no pretty much about it. It's ruined. Noah Gregson's all tore up. That's the one positive I'll take out of this. And literally all of Junior Motorsports is fucked now.
The 36.
Mayer was already done. Allgaier's fucked. Barry got wrecked big time.
Or Dale Jr.,
Every one of Junior's cars was on this one. And Josh Berry got the worst of it.
Had a good day.
Stephen Parsons wrecked.
Barry led 3, Stephen Parsons.
Way to go, Austin Hill.
Cal Chevy for BJ McLeod coming to pit road with damage.
And it looked like Trevor Bayne was trying
Bain
to
was
get-
getting a little greedy there,
Maybe
but
he wasn't
that
there.
wreck was
Just
Austin
looks
Hill's
like
fault.
Probably didn't get any breaks.
Allgaier's getting out of his
You're
car.
not gonna get breaks at this point anymore.
Oh well.
Top 10
Go Ryan Sieg, I guess, or Landon
16
Castle.
For Justin Allgaier, he's climbing from his car and being greeted by the AMR safety team.
Good to see that. He took a big hit. He was down low on the backstretch and got hooked in the right rear. But yeah, here, let's go back to turn 4 and look and see what happened here. Trevor Bayne, really fast run right here.
First block was a clean block there by Hill.
Comes back up here.
This block here in turn 1 kind of pissed me off, though.
I think he felt like he was clear, but just wasn't quite there. Gets a little.
He put him in the wall. Where's Darrell Waltrip when you
Goes
need him?
off the wall, Joseph, and gets all these guys.
Yeah, and you know, Trevor was clear. He was clear, but when he moved up in front of him, it was so tight to his back bumper, it looks like it loosened him up.
Yeah.
You know, he got loose and chased it into the wall, and then he was still chasing. Here we go. You see Trevor move up in front of him.
I'm with Brock Beard. This is not good racing. This is not a good broadcast. This is complete and utter garbage.
Now he's trying to catch it. He's still
And usually
trying to
Brock
catch it.
Beard's not this
Free wide,
negative.
And it just collects everybody else.
Also, another question. Are there pedophiles working for Fox? As many children as they get close-ups of in the crowd?
That was a great move down the middle of the back. Somebody threaded the needle there. JJ, yeah, I hope that's our visor cam.
Let's go on board with Riley Hurst, who's had a host of problems today.
Keep digging on. Keep digging on the box in here. Keep digging. Keep low, 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 low. Press the box in here. Yellow's up, yellow's up.
Tim Fedua on the spotter stand. And now our visor cam riding with a 66. This is J.J. Yager.
18 in the wall
I
in
can't
front
wait
of
to
us
see
here.
this one.
You're clear. Watch it break it here. Back it down. Back it down. Back it down. Creep it. Creep it. Good. Good job.
James Stewart on the spotter there.
Just end of the race here, Joey. Everybody gets a little bit closer.
Third race.
So it's a tremendous respect to Joe Logano for pointing out how awful it is to keep showing that hauler driver's accident leaving the tunnel on TV. The guy's probably going to lose his job, and we just keep showing it over and over and laughing at it.
And that speed shot really gives you an idea of the impact.
But Fox Sports doesn't care. They were hoping there was an army of 8-year-old girls in the back of that fucking truck so they could keep zooming in on it over and over like they do through the whole broadcast.
He hit me, reflect right to center, and he hit me so hard it made him lose his front end. See, that's what you saw, because that's what I saw. Hey, listen, I got broad shoulders. I'm here to win the race. If I can punch me into the mouth if they want to, I'm here to win. So, unless they're outside of your bumper or your quarter, they're not there.
Fox Sports has a bunch of pedophiles for camera
Time to go
operators.
racing, man. Time to go racing. Forget about it. Move on. It's over. It doesn't matter whose fault it is if you're Austin Hill at this point. Figure it out after the race. You're still winning. You got a chance to win this thing.
That's though where the spotter has got to become the psychology coach.
Look at Noah out there riding around, dropping shit all over the racetrack, making this caution take 100 fucking years.
He needs to look forward and think
Here you
about
go, Noah.
winning this second race of the year.
Look forward by looking backwards.
There you go. Look forward
Out the mirror.
with your rearview mirror, right?
Right.
Interesting to see on
This
this
is like the
restart
worst day of
when we get back
NASCAR
going.
racing I've seen in a
This
while.
field out quite a bit, and some of the best cars were took out. So, it'll be interesting to see if the runs still form the same way. You know, a lot of times late in these races, AA, you see some of the best cars kind of fall out due to attrition, wrecks, you know, mechanical breakdowns. And when that happens, it changes the dynamic of the race. It's harder to get runs. It's harder to.
Hey, let's check in on those little girls in the crowd again, Fox, you fucking creepy pedos. Why don't we do that?
You're right, Brad.
Why are we talking about the race?
And this is less
We can
fun.
show little kids in the
We
crowd.
talked about it a little bit earlier. The difference between practice and the race is you got 30 cars out there and everyone's running hard instead of having 10 cars. You know, now you're getting a little bit closer to what practice is like. It's going to be a looser pack. Sometimes the runs become bigger because it's a looser pack and cars are carrying a run from 6 or 7 cars back, weaving through the field. because there might be more space to do that. What I do see here still, though, right, you have Austin Hill, you have Ryan Sieg, 1, 2. Then you have Allmendinger and Castle, 3rd and 5th. You still have those colleague teammates up there. And then you go back a little bit more, 7th and 8th, the Gibbs cars. So there's still some teammates.
Bulldoze Atlanta.
But there's a lot
I'd rather go back to Texas twice a year than watch another fucking race on this abortion.
5 of the top 10 have never won a race in the Xfinity Series. Then you go outside the top 10. Yaley, 11th, never won. Curry, 12th, never won. Mason Massey, Georgia driver, 13th, never won. Ryan Vargas, Jeffrey Earnhardt.
They will literally talk about anything but the fucking race if they can. The race is just an inconvenience. Unfortunately for them, it's the reason why they're on TV. They hate that shit. They don't want to talk about it. They want to talk about anything else.
About this final stage.
At least the sky looks pretty behind the Bojangles sign over there. What if we kissed under the Bojangles sign?
Here's a look back.
Now we're showing highlights. I mean, we're under caution, so fuck it.
Anthony Alfredo got a piece of the action. Emmerich in the 11. Done for the day. Also the 07.
No shit, he's done for the day. I saw that wreck. Riley Herbst 6th. I hope Herbst wins at this point. I'd love to see Riley Herbst win. He's so fucking bad, but it would just be perfect for him to win this race on this abortion of a racetrack. Maybe the iRacing Pro Invitational was the worst thing to ever happen to us because it led to them doing this to Atlanta. Butterfly effect shit, you know. Pandemic doesn't happen. iRacing on TV doesn't happen, and then we don't start using iRacing to build racetracks like this fucking hunk of shit of a racetrack. Who knows? Hey, look, more kids. Look, he's awkwardly waving. He's awkwardly waving. Yeah, show that kid some more. They love it. They love showing the kiddies. Fucking creeps. Car go fast, but no, look at this little kid playing cornhole and driving a little funny go-kart or waving his little diecast car around. Yeah. Really important stuff. They're showing an Undisputed commercial. Do you see how heated Skip Bayless got the other day when Shannon Sharp flat out told the truth about Skip just being biased to Oklahoma, and that's why he sucks Baker Mayfield's dick so much? Baker Mayfield's going to go play for the Carolina Panthers. Matt Ryan's going to go to the Colts. I'm just bullshitting. I don't know. Boy, you think Sasha Banks and Zelina Vega would be enough to get me to watch SmackDown, Fox, but I don't want to watch SmackDown. Excuse me. Why is everybody mad at Aaron Rodgers that Davante Adams went and got paid because he spent an entire career with Aaron Rodgers making him great? I mean, Adams is extremely talented, but quarterback makes the wide receiver, not the other way around. So why are people mad at Aaron Rodgers that Davante Adams got paid? Typical Aaron Rodgers being so good, he gets guys paid. Everybody's over-the-top hate boner for Aaron Rodgers makes me like him even more because they have no reason to fucking shit on him the way they do. Go Riley Herbst. Or Mike Snyder or Ryan Sieg. I don't care anymore. I don't care who wins this race. It's not a real race. It should have a fucking asterisk next to it because it's such a stupid racetrack.
I had to do what I could there.
Atlanta will now rival Texas Motor Speedway for worst track in NASCAR.
Ran something over in all the debris of that wreck right now, and basically feels like something is banging around in the front of that car.
Mike Snyder's got a vibration.
They didn't see anything on it. Something to look out for on this restart, though.
Does Natalie Decker want to drive his car now?
That's comforting.
Yes. Hey, go run this baby wide open about 190 mile an
In
hour.
front of the whole field.
Yeah.
In fourth place. It's one thing doing that, the last car in line.
Yeah. Never mind that noise.
Here's the choose.
Choose Cone, Hill outside, Sieg outside, Allmendinger outside, Snyder to the front row on the inside, and Herbst on the inside. Go Herbst. I just want Herbst to win.
Everyone just really shies away from that bottom lane with these Xfinity cars. It presents a great opportunity to gain a few rows if you somehow can find a way back up. It seems like the top really prevails for the first lap, Brad, and then it seems like eventually the bottom starts to regroup and make it all back up to where they're racing for the lead again. So
yeah, I would agree.
I would chance it.
I would say every restart we're seeing that after about 3 or 4 laps.
The camera director for this race is the dude from South Park that was judging the little girl's beauty pageant on that one episode.
15 laps to go.
Hey, Regan talked about his problems, but Mike Snyder, front row. And he was running inside the top 10. We talked about it earlier when he flipped on the final lap at Daytona into the catch fence. It was crazy. But keep this in mind. He got his first career victory in March of last year on a 1.5 mile track at Homestead Miami Speedway. If he can win today, not only would he be in the playoffs, this would be incredible.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there is something really dragging under that 31.
Not good.
And he's gonna restart on the front row. 31's gonna restart on the front row with that.
If he does, that put Riley Herbst on the front row.
Come on, pit, so Riley Herbst can be on the front row.
He does not have flat tires.
The tires aren't flat. Okay, they're telling him stay out. This is exciting, isn't it? Coming to 3 to go here.
The right front is. I think the sway bar is unhooked.
3 to go, and the 31's on the front row dragging something. Brad thinks it's a sway bar. Oh, and the fucking 31 is... I mean, he deserved that. Look, he deserved that. Back into traffic. Woo! And they all miss him. He deserved that. I don't blame Herbst one fucking bit. Herbst pulled out of line to pass the 31 because the 31 was clearly fucking broken, and the 31 tries to run him down on the grass, so Herbst just turned his stupid ass. I don't blame him.
He saw that something could possibly be wrong.
So now we're going to overtime. If I was Herbst, I'd have done the same fucking thing, dude. I'm taking you 3 wide. I'm getting you out of there. Oh, you want to block me? Fuck you.
Gets going.
Never thought I'd be on Riley Herbst's side, but here we are. So I got to get out of this 31.
In this situation,
That was stupid for the 31 to stay out there. Something was wrong, and they're going to stay out right there. You're a dumb fuck. You are a dumb motherfucker. You know you're not going to win because that thing is breaking.
Something's wrong with this car, or if you just ran over something that's stuck underneath the car. Obviously, that's a lot of sparks. But I want to go back here real quick to Riley Herbst because I think some people are probably wondering why that happened. But he was getting pushed the whole time here from Ty Gibbs. So even if he wasn't on the throttle, he got pushed into that. I'm not sure there was much he could have done a lot differently. But from the Myatt Snyder perspective, I don't know what you could really do. You can't give up the lead and a chance to win a race.
That's what makes it so hard to do.
Here you see here's Ty pushing the 98. It's really not much either of them can do. I mean, it's just a bad situation.
I can't believe that somebody just didn't absolutely T-bone his ass.
We didn't have a whole lot worse.
When he turned back up onto the track, I was like, oh boy.
In front of the field. Now he pits. Hey, Riley Herbst was a couple laps down in this race.
Riley Herbst's going to win now, and that was the winning move.
For his first career victory.
It's a shame we back the crew chief on that car.
Perfect winner for this version of Atlanta.
Road changing left side tires. It looks like they're trying to pull something out from underneath that car. Well, don't look now, Joey. The green-white checkers have started.
Yep, we're in overtime.
Can this be a fucking quickie yellow? We had a single car spin and he didn't hit anything. We don't need to ride around for 20 laps under caution off of this, but I'm sure we will.
We have had so many caution laps.
NASCAR loves stretching out the drama.
Overtimes before fuel becomes a factor, right?
I think so. I mean, a lot of times, as a racer, you can almost
I'm rooting for Herbst just because it would be funny.
Yep.
I don't like Riley Herbst. He's terrible, but it would be hilarious.
You know, have him out there, so he typically would.
Let's go back 30 years, almost to the day.
Jeff Gordon, the Baby Ruth car.
Jeff Gordon, first NASCAR victory, first ever Xfinity race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh, I remember back in it when Atlanta didn't suck ass like it does now.
Tells a story that he was watching this race and saw Jeff Gordon with not just the handsome mustache, but the way he was wheeling this car and said, you know what, I've got to hire that guy. And Rick Hendrick said that's what he did. Right after that, he called Jeff Gordon and his management team and put the deal together. I think it was a pretty good deal for everybody.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well for him, I think. Yeah, for both of them.
As Paul Harvey would say, and now you know the rest of the story. The resume is amazing. Jeff back in the booth tomorrow with Mike Joy and Clint Boyer. Third all-time. When you look at Cup wins, 4 championships in the Hall of Fame, and now helping call the shots at Hendrick Motorsports.
Vice chairman.
That sounds really important.
I don't know what it means, but that sounds really, really big. I'll have to ask Jeff that tomorrow.
We've got overtime, as we talked about. This is a 2-lap shootout. Once the leader takes the white flag, the next flag ends the race. Doesn't matter if it's the caution or they make it back to the checkers, but if the caution comes out before the leader gets the white flag, we'll reset and do it all over again. And you look at the top 10, some great stories there. Austin Hill leading, Ryan Sieg second, both from Georgia. Riley Herbst third, looking for his first career win, driving for Stewart Haas. You know, Ty Gibbs trying to win again. A.J. Allmendinger looking for his first win of the year. Landon Castle in the top 10. It'd be career win number 1 for him. Brandon Jones trying to come back from a speeding penalty. Kyle Weatherman, Bailey Curry, Brett Moffitt, all drivers that have a chance to win for the first time in their career. And not just what it would mean for them, but the teams that they drive for. Great stories up there, top to bottom.
And you got to ask yourself, if you're driving one of those cars that you don't typically have a chance to win very often, you have a chance, what are you willing to do? You have to, as a driver, you have to ask yourself that question. Probably right now would be a good time. Maybe before the race would have been an even better time. You have to ask, what am I willing to do to win this race? And can I live with myself after that? And deal with the consequences that go along with it as well. And for these teams, they're probably willing to do a lot more than someone like an A.J. Allmendinger or Austin Hill or even Ryan Sieg that runs up front pretty consistently.
Sieg going to take the bottom on the shoes. It's a big moment here.
Who cares? My money's already gone. Ryan Sieg going to be on the front row. I like Austin Hill, but let's not get too excited. Daytona's a super speedway, and Atlanta, anybody could drive and win at this, so let's not get too excited. But I think Hill has a future.
How hard they push each other in the front row up here on this restart.
Bailey Curry going to win it from 9th place, buddy.
For at least a lap or two. I can definitely see the call.
It's going to be like Daytona in 2012. The top 10 is going to crash, and J.J. Yaley or Massey's going to win.
Loyalty in the front 4 cars, or 3 cars. There's some loyalty there in the 54 to 19. You know, they may work together in the 16 and the 10. Outside of that, those other drivers are going to be...
Oh, yeah. Gibbs could really make it up to Sieg here. Good call, Michael. Gibbs and Sieg together again. Oh, boy, not race at Atlanta. First of 35 overtime attempts. Are you ready?
I'm standing with 2 guys who used to be teammates. I'm just saying.
Adam Alexander, I'm not funny.
Here we go. Overtime in Atlanta, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. Whatever happens here, please let Sieg or Herbst win. Big stack up in the middle of the pack. I don't know what's going on back there. Sieg getting a massive push, and they crash. The 5 car 99. We're going to overtime again because racing for 30th place is serious business, guys.
To the lead
C got the lead at the time of caution, by the way.
Tommy Joe Martin.
Oh no, Jesse Iwuji was in it.
And the 5 of Matt Mills.
Racism has returned.
We understand with all that fluid coming.
We're going to get a red flag.
We'll get a red flag.
Awesome. So we're going to be here for another fucking hour and a half. Way to go, guys. Because like I said, racing for 30th, serious business. It's very important to finish 30th instead of 31st, guys. It's very important. The 99 was taking no prisoners, man. He had to get 30th. There was just no doubt about it. 5 cars in his way. He said, look, man, I didn't come all this way to finish 31st. I got to finish 30th, man. I got to go for this. This is really huge. And off they went. And now we get to sit here for a fucking hour because a couple of dipshits in turd box cars that shouldn't even fucking be in this race, with drivers that shouldn't even be in this race, had to fucking kill each other for, yeah, pretty far back. Yeah, like outside the top 15 with 2 laps to go. But it is what it is, man. It had to happen that way. Oh, yeah, serious business here. Jeffrey Earnhardt got turned by somebody, and who gives a shit? Back markers crashing each other for no reason. Like I said, really important to race that hard for a mid-pack position. Because I want to fucking be here all night to watch this boring shit.
Mike Snyder in the back gets caught up in it.
It's the second time today that Stephen Parsons has been involved in an incident. This is what it feels like over the bumps, right?
Bump's gonna fall off.
Yep.
I know what I would like to see out of Clint on race day tomorrow now. I'd like to see him riding the bull. Better yet, let's put Chris Myers on there. What do you think? We've now tied the track record with our 10th caution. And keeping in mind, this was a scheduled 250-mile race. This is 50 miles shorter than a normal 1.5-mile race in the Xfinity Series. And NASCAR does that because it's paired up with the trucks and it's a doubleheader.
Yeah, and just think, tomorrow will be this race twice. Times two, 500 miles. Where today is 250 miles, 251 miles, I guess technically, but let's say 250. But I think maybe we have Ryan Siege on the old radio here.
We do. Let's reach out to him. I'm sure he's bored in there. Ryan Siege, Joe Logano up here in the Fox booth. You got me?
Sir, I got me.
Well, I'm sure your heart rate's going 10,000 miles an hour at the moment. You're sitting in the lead. You got a great shot at this thing. The lane choice is going to be a big piece of it. You got some teammates around you with the Gibbs cars, and the Collett cars are still somewhat close to each other. What's your thoughts here?
I wish I had an idea. I would say wherever hopefully Gibbs is get behind us, he gives us a big push right there, helps us get the lead there, but it's going to be...
Don't worry, I'm still here.
Everybody's on the outside all day, but I feel like if you have a big enough push on the bottom, you can do good, but it's nerve-wracking. It's definitely a fun situation we're in right now, but all in all, it's been a great day. We found ourselves working to the front, so just can't thank Ford and CMR enough for all that they do, and mom and dad.
Absolutely, man. Well, you've done a great job. I found in these super speedways, as long as you can get yourself to the end and have a chance at a green-white checker as a driver, you've done a good job. So good luck, man. Bring it home.
Thanks, Joey.
Ryan Sieg is one of the most laid-back drivers in the garage. But his dad, Rob, is one of the most entertaining men.
Still under red.
Have a good time. So fun. And this entire team has been working for many, many years to put
because guys were getting really fucking intense for 20th place or whatever it was. Who gives a shit?
Back a few years ago at Talladega, he was second. He finished second to William Byron in Iowa when William got his first career win driving for Junior Motorsports. He's been in the...
That just means I got to sit here and listen to Adam Alexander's stupid voice for even longer.
But win here in Atlanta, that's just a short drive from his hometown of Tucker, Georgia. And while it would be big for him because it's his first career win, it's big for anybody from this state, including Austin Hill, who's running second right now.
Well, we see some great dancing and hustling, but I want to hear somebody else who's going to hustle to try to beat Ryan Sieg. Let's talk to Austin Hill. Austin Hill, Brad Keselowski up here in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you're in quite the seat right here. We've been watching and following along. You've done a great job. Restart there didn't quite go the way you wanted, but you still got a great shot at it. What you thinking here?
Great shot at it. Too bad we'll have to wait 2 hours and 25 more restarts.
Unfortunate that we lost the lead there. It's just
I get on Twitter and the first thing I see is, so the general consensus is that we all don't like the camera guys finding random children to uncomfortably zoom in on. Of course, the first comment is some boomer. I think it's good to show. Fuck off. Shut your fucking mouth. There's guns you own. Why don't you pull them out and shoot yourself with them? Because I want to watch the race. I don't want to watch little kids. Mike Snyder said on his radio he should have whooped Riley's ass last year. Well, you're the fucking one blocking. Oh, look, more little kids, guys, more little kids. They're showing the twins again. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? They're showing the fucking kids again. And they were dancing for the camera, so I'm sure there's a camera guy back there jerking off or something and being a fucking petter ass. God. Just fucking stop. Nobody gives a shit about these fucking little kids. There are little kids in the crowd. Who cares? Just fucking stop. Just fucking stop. Also, if the cup race is anything like this tomorrow, it's going to be longer than the 600 will be. Cup odds. Does it really fucking matter who I pick? It literally doesn't matter. I could just throw a dart. I'm not going to have any chance to win any money anyway. Even if I pick the best odds. And I have a $2 bet or two $1 bet. Okay. Give me Ross Chastain. $1 on Ross Chastain. And $1 on Eric Almirola. So I'll take the two picks, Ross Chastain and Eric Almirola. So they'll finish second and third and probably lead the most laps between the two of them. I wish there was like somebody I could call at Fox and be like, hey, can you fire the pedophile that's operating your cameras today? Please. Because nobody gives a flying fuck. This is a goddamn sport. It's supposed to be a fucking sport, but they don't treat it like one. What, have they gone 5 seconds without zooming in on somebody's child?
broke into those peanut butter crackers yet? I had 4. Yeah, I could use a good squeeze or something. Sorry,
I mean, he's got a date. He's 19. What's he going to the prom tonight?
Let's just figure out more about this. We got him teed up. Ty Gibbs, Joe Logano on the Fox booth.
I'm going to ask Mike Joy on Twitter, can you tell the pedophiles working at Fox to ease up a little bit and try to hide it?
You're hungry. You got
hide the fact that you're a pedophile.
Questions about your hot date right now. But let's talk about race cars. We'll talk a little bit about race cars. You're sitting up towards the front. You got your teammate Jones sitting in 6th. Things are looking pretty good. The sun's down now, so you can see where you're going. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Where's your head at for this restart?
Yeah. You know, I don't think
You see, we had 3 cautions at a pivotal point in this race, and we didn't have a good replay of any of them, but we had every good angle of every goddamn child within a 200-mile radius of Atlanta Motor Speedway, whether they're in the parking lot, infield, or in the stands, wherever. They got that shit on lockdown. They got it covered, but they're not actually shooting the fucking race. They have not given me anything to be positive about today.
And I brought it up, but Joey, you were in the booth a couple of weeks ago at Las Vegas when he's rallying through the field like 5 laps into the race, and this happens.
Yeah, that was pretty early in the race. They had a little conversation here, and this is how that conversation went. Not too good. Not too good, and see, tried to give him a little taste of something, and what happened? Well, Ty Gibbs went on and win that race.
That's the worst. When you try to retaliate against someone and then go on and win. Oh.
That hurts. And now here they are, sitting side by side, first and third.
I will say, though, NASCAR brought them both together, right? NASCAR talked to both of them, and then they talked to one another. And reading the body language of the situation and hearing the interviews last weekend in Phoenix, everybody appeared to be in a pretty good place.
I don't know who the pedophiles are that work the cameras for the NASCAR races on Fox right now, but if they would focus on showing the actual racing on the track instead of zooming in on everybody's child in the seats up in the stands, it would be a much more pleasant experience. It is insane today. I've been watching this race for 3 hours, and they keep cutting away from the race to zoom in on people's kids in the crowd. They go, look at them. They're little kids at the race. It's like, dude, we don't fucking care. This is supposed to be a sport. Sorry, I'm bitching out loud. Sit here and watch little kids featuring NASCAR. And they have to come back here and race again in a couple months. I don't give a fuck. Oh, great, we're showing more kids. Look, it's the fucking kid hour again. Look at them little kids. They're going to drive them little tiny race cars there. I don't give a shit. I don't give a flying fuck. Yeah, tell them to awkwardly wave at the camera. They're clearly comfortable being on camera with you zooming the fucking camera in their face. Just fuck off, Fox. Like, just fuck yourself. This has been the shittiest goddamn race of the year by far, and the broadcast has been even worse. And that truck race, actually I think the truck race was worse. Xfinity race was better, but the broadcast in this is way worse than trucks. And that's fucking saying something, because the truck race broadcast was pretty goddamn bad. Capped off with Vince Welch saying, and Chandler Smith wins, when Corey Haim won. He actually did that, you know. Oh, look at that little kid. Get the camera right in his face. That cameraman was like right up on him, bro. He wants to get right on that fucking grill. Get the fucking money shot so the guy in the TV truck can finish.
I don't want to brag
fucking
anything,
idiots.
Every commercial break, ladies and gentlemen.
Not every other. Not at the
Have you guys checked Twitter to see how well that's going over?
Hey, did I tell you guys I won 14 in a row?
14 in a row. No one could hang.
Hey, you didn't just live in Atlanta.
Christ.
Here, at the racetrack.
Right in a condo off of
Get us to a real racetrack and get us to NBC, please.
I really want to win here.
Should we, I mean, you won at your home track in New Hampshire. Should we kind of list this as a secondary home track for you, Joey? What do you think? Since you lived here, you won all those races at the lower levels?
In ways, it'd be really cool. Yeah, it's neat walking around like the suites and everything. I used to watch all the races here as a fan, right? I watched Kevin Harvick get his first win here. And now showing up as one of the drivers racing Kevin Harvick, but also coming up here to the booth and talking. It's just a really cool kind of surreal feeling that, you know, not too long ago I was that kid out there racing, and now on the big stage. It's pretty neat.
First ever race here for the Cup Series, 1960. So we've been coming here forever, but we've talked about all the changes to this track. Is there something special about winning tomorrow because, you know, you're the first to do it under this configuration, Brad? Add a little pepper to it?
Anytime there's a new track, a new layout, a new whatever, you want to be the first one to win. Like, I adapted faster than anyone else, and it's a good feeling for sure. So You know, Joey, you won the Clash in L.A. and then the Bristol Dirt Race, and it's just an extra badge.
Oh, man, R. Kelly didn't go to prison. He's in witness protection, and he works for Fox Sports now, and he wants to see all those fucking young girls in the crowd so he can get a boner.
That's special, or new surfaces like we see here today in Atlanta, but, you know, as a driver...
R. Kelly works for Fox Sports. That explains all the zoom-ins on children.
Double overtime for the
He's in
Xfinity
witness
Series.
protection.
What do you expect on this next restart?
I think that the front row, you got Ty Gibbs, you got Ryan Seed. How are they going to choose? Is Ty Gibbs going to pick behind Ryan and push him maybe to the lead?
Wow, they've actually taken longer than 10 seconds to talk about the race. That's a new record.
Even though he's not in control,
new record for this fucking broadcast.
In the interview you guys did with him, I feel like he is the guy that has spent more time in control.
Overtime 2 of 10, I'm sure.
He's been up front, he's been leading.
Another 3-hour Xfinity Series extravaganza.
He's kind of up there a little bit on his own, and you still have the Collet cars and Gibbs cars, so it's hard.
When's the next time they're going to show kids? You know they're going to do it before the end of the race. They're like, 2 laps to go. How many fucking random shots of somebody's bastard child in the crowd can we get?
He doesn't have numbers with him, and that could work against him at some point.
Hey, this is your 4th race of the year. 3rd time we've had a red flag. Just
Joey's a fucking wheelman.
It's his fault.
He's an asswat, but he's a wheelman.
Nothing extra. That's right. You're just building your brand, courtesy of Fox.
All right, they're going to commercial. They're going to show some kids. Not they're showing some old bitches in the. Oh, there's the kids. Yep, told you. There you go. A couple more kids. Yeah. Oh, there's the twins again. Aren't you so happy they decided to go back and check on them again? Ain't that great? Yeah, I told you. As soon as they started going to commercials, I said, all right, here come the kitty shots. How much fucking Vaseline or lotion have they gone through in the production truck today? Jesus Christ. I guess they figure they can't look around online for that shit because they'll go straight to prison. So they get their kicks doing it in the race. How long's R. Kelly been? He's not. He's in the Fox booth calling all these camera shots. Haters wanna hate, lovers wanna love. They made sure to show them twins again. I'm sure as soon as somebody crosses the start-finish line, they'll cut to them in the crowd to see what they think. Credit to those kids, though. They're still awake. Somehow still awake. I'll be right back. I'm back. Did I miss any random shots of little girls in the crowd? Oh, no, there's the little kids riding the roller coaster in Enfield. There you go.
Into doing that. We tried, folks. We tried. He said he was scared of heights. That's okay. I can understand that.
Oh, my God. They're showing cars on track, and we're coming to the green. Hot shit. Hot shit. We might actually get to see some racing. If you can call this racing.
Sorry, next time.
Fuck Atlanta Motor Speedway and everybody who thought this was a good idea. Welcome back to Cuties on Fox. Oh, man. So irritated. This fucking race sucks. This track sucks. Fox sucks. Riley Herbst sucks, but I hope he wins because it'll be funny.
Right behind each other.
Hope he does to Austin Hill what he did to fucking Mike Snyder just now. Don't block the 98.
Got a chance.
He already showed you what he'll do.
Huge turn from what we saw a couple of weeks ago.
This looks to me like what we're going to see is Ty's going to push.
All right, they've got about 15 more seconds before they take the green. You got time to cut to the stands.
We're going to see. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, that sounds like it's a good chance that happens.
This race is on par with the 2020 Busch Clash for the record. Green flag. Don't pass for the start-finish line, Herbst. Good God, Bailey Curry going way out of the fucking line there. What happened to him? Who cares? Sieg got a push from Gibbs on the outside. Gibbs going to make it up to him, buddy. Oh, here's a big shove from Herbst to Austin Hill. Damn. Zoom that camera in a little bit more, would you please?
Ty Gibbs still pushing.
Hill protecting that double line on the bottom. Remember, he can't pass below the line.
Austin Hill had the
Oh, Herbst got the 21 sideways. Sieg's taking the lead.
Hill got loose. Here
Big push from Herbst. Got Austin Hill sideways, and Ryan Sieg is leading at the white flag. Got to block that run for the 54. 54 goes to the bottom. Don't let him win. Come on. Oh, 3 wide per second. I just won Gibbs the fucking race, man. I just won Gibbs the race, unless Hill can gather it up and get a big push from Riley down the back.
3 wide per second. That's AJ Allmendinger.
Man, Ryan Sieg's a total loser. He sat there and let Gibbs do that. Yep, Ty Gibbs got it. Oh, Brandon Jones getting loose, middle of the pack.
Win of the year. He did it at Las Vegas.
Ty Gibbs wins. God's favorite race car driver strikes again. Sieg's a fucking choker. Golden opportunity to let this guy win again.
He's going to be late for his date tonight.
At least it's over now.
And the answer to car 54, where are you?
A good driver won a really shitty race on a really stupid racetrack. Could have been worse.
Rewind it back to the restart. You see a great push from Ty Gibbs. Both lanes were really well connected here. Ty did a great
Say it with me, people. This is not racing.
And then a big run, Joe, you saw down the front stretch with 1 to go.
Yeah, it all happens when they come back around here. You see, this shove fest, I call it a shove
Well,
fest.
Herbst definitely had an impact on this race when he got Hill loose.
Straight away.
I thought it opened the door for Sieg, but Sieg was too far out front. Here came Gibbs.
Turn 4 here. Look at this. He's got a push
Faster
from
car and a
AJ.
push from AJ. Goes right. That was a ballsy move. He was clear of the 21, but not by much.
Big run, gets clear of him before he goes into the corner. You see the 16 get loose. That kind of hurt his momentum. Now they're 3 wide, all stalled out after that, and the rest is history.
Yeah, AJ gave a
Sieg was leading at the white flag. Think about that.
I mean, how do you can't stop that. He almost had him.
But Ty Gibbs has the power of Christ on his side.
Ryan Sieg ends up unofficially in the
Dale,
10th
will you ever
position.
not make fun of
And
Christians?
for
No,
Ty Gibbs,
I will
who
not
takes the
not
lead
make
on
fun
the
of
restart in
Christians.
Las Vegas. He led the final 6 laps. Only laps he led that day. Today, he led 1 lap. The last one in double overtime. And for the 7th time in his career,
Landon Castle top 5.
in the Xfinity
Mason Massey finished 6th.
and hit the ground.
Ty Gibbs just busted his ass. God, I bet that felt good. He's got adrenaline. He probably didn't feel a fucking thing. He'll feel that tomorrow though. When he's calmed down, he'll be like, "Ow!"
It's hard to get out of these cars. It's been hot. Long red flag, wearing a helmet. It's easy to lose your balance.
It was so exciting too, obviously. When you win a race like that, you don't know you're going to win it to the last second, man.
Finishing 26th is not really worth shouting out, but sure. Yeah, Noah, you finished 1 spot ahead of Jesse Awuji.
4 wins last season,
That's a lot to be proud of when you finish 1 spot ahead of Jesse Awuji.
and he's got another checkered flag.
A landmark moment in Noah Gregson's career he will remember forever.
Next up, he can try and make that date, Jamie.
Look at that freshly paved asphalt.
Not what just happened.
Asphalt is pretty.
You never raced here. You overcame an issue on pit road when you couldn't see with the sun in your eyes, and now you are more jacked than I think I've ever seen you for a win. Why is this one so big?
I don't know. I think, first of all, I want to say all glory to God. Honestly, thank you for letting him be able to get me in these moments. Second of all, I want to say...
JJ Ailey 11th. Ron Vargas 12th. Jeffrey Earnhardt 13th.
Oh my gosh. You know, I did not expect this at all. That was one of those where, you know, I learned a big lesson, just never give up, and let's go.
And I could hear your team. They told you You're always in this. Never give up in an Xfinity race. How much of that did you think about, especially when you had to sit in your
Now, Jeffrey Earnhardt's best moment was that top 10 he got at Charlotte, but does that really count because he was driving the 18 car?
I'll tell that date. I'll mention the date. I'm going to go party with the boys. Let's go!
Sorry, Dave. He's not going to make it.
Damn, bro.
Gibbs wins at Atlanta.
Well, see, he's going to ditch that girl and teach her a lesson. Premarital sex is wrong, and he's a Christian, and he would never have premarital sex, so he doesn't need to go on a date. You go, Ty Gibbs.
Austin, have your car in position where you need to. I heard you on the restart say, I'm out.
At least Austin Hill didn't win. I'm pissed off that he cost me money.
Yeah, so coming off of turn 4, coming to the green, you know, I'm sloshing it back and forth, seeing if I have fuel in the pickup, and it starts cutting in and out, and I immediately come over. I'm like, I'm out, and I almost came down pit road, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try it, and if I don't get going, I'll just drop to the apron, and they can go on. So went for it. I don't know how we didn't run out of fuel there. We knew we were really close. They kept telling me to max save the whole time, but man, so close. I mean, this is 3 times now I finished second. You know, once here in Xfinity, twice in trucks, and being my home track, it stings a little more than the others when you finish when you're the first loser, but we can't hang our heads down. We brought a really fast Bennett Transportation Logistics Chevy Camaro today. RCR put a very fast race car up under me, gave me everything they needed to win the race.
One thing you could say about RCR, their Xfinity program has never fallen off. They've been so consistent for so long.
That was the biggest difference, because I think if we could have kept the lead there and controlled it, I thought we had a fast enough car that we could have got the job done. So, but hats off to the 54 guys. They did a good job today. He made the right move at the right time, and we'll have to go on to the next one. It stings, but we got to hold our heads up.
Talk to Ryan Sieg. That bastard thought he had it.
Winner in the top 3 series of NASCAR this season is Ty Gibbs. Double overtime in Atlanta. He takes the lead after
An ARCA driver would win this race, wouldn't he?
and he brings it home. And how about his performance on 1.5-mile tracks? 2 for 2 this year. You couple that with what he did a season
I
ago,
hate this fucking track.
What Chris Gale and this 54 team have done, pretty spectacular. A couple of things to pay off here. Mason Massey, a hometown guy, he's from Georgia, finished 6th. That's his career best finish. Kyle Weatherman comes home 8th. That matches his career best. And
Never thought Ryan Sieg would be disappointed to finish 10th.
He's now been top 10 rather, in every race this year. The model of consistency.
Well, I'm really glad that's over. I'm gonna fucking get off here now and go do something else. Pretend I didn't just waste my time watching that. So, good night. Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm kidding. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good.